gentlemen, welcome to the YouTube debut of C&C Reviews, and this is our first time on YouTube. We've always been on Blog Talk Radio, but first time ever we are coming to the YouTubes, which is our new home, and it is going to be fantastic. Because now we don't have to worry about live shows, we don't have to worry about Blog Talk Radio, which is fucking stupid. Fuck Blog Talk Radio, just completely, I hate it so much. I'm never going back there. Jesus, it's so bad. I just gotta fucking tell you, man, it's so refreshing to be off of Blog Talk, but enough of my rambling. There's so much goodness for you because we are such a mix of television and movies and video games and wrestling. We've got a stacked show for you tonight, which will probably be our longest show ever. And we've got so much stuff. We got, two great movie reviews. Two movies, great movies we're reviewing for you tonight. We've got discussion on just Raw, fucking dumb crowd that they thought they were going to hijack the show, but they didn't. NXT Arrival, Undertaker streak, just cool ass stuff, man. Like, we just got a whole load for you wrestling fans, for you movie nuts, for you television junkies, for you screen junkies. You get that reference, you get a free t-shirt. I'm kidding, you don't get a free t-shirt because I don't sell t-shirts, bitch. Fuck you.
We're too poor to make t-shirts. That's why we had to leave Blog Talk.
Too poor to make t-shirts. Yep. Yeah, and also, as you can probably hear, my normal co-host, who could not be here tonight because he is still on vacation from the show, and I am joined here by, he is also a contributor to the EVTV Productions, and he's the host of Wrestling with Mac.
Contributor? Bitch, I'm like the fucking franchise of this damn channel. I'm on everything. Pretty much. Two main shows
Shane
that
Douglas.
we got, I'm on them both.
Okay, you know what? This is very true. So you're kind of the star of this network.
I'm the franchise. You know what? I'm like MVP. I'm the franchise.
Shane... I just can't stop thinking of Shane Douglas when you're saying that.
Exactly. I was thinking of Shane. I have no idea why MVP popped in my head, but you know what? He said franchise a lot, and Douglas is the fucking franchise too. So you know what? I'm both. How about that? Because I know
you're a mix of MVP and Shane Douglas.
Yes.
You're half black.
Yes. From the waist.
That is very interesting. I was not aware of this.
I'm happy you did not get that joke.
All right, now, let's get this started before people click away and whatnot. So, first up, we got the movies that we be reviewing now. For you, those of you who are not familiar with the show, we don't review, current movies that often. We usually just review Netflix movies, and one of these movies is 30 years old, the other one is 2 years old, so, yeah, but nonetheless, hey, it's fun to review the classics, and these two are two classics. First up, Marvel's The Avengers. If you didn't know, the Avengers, well, I don't know how the fuck you wouldn't know what the Avengers is about. With the Avengers, basically, it's all Loki's all oh shit, I'm gonna do shit to Earth, and Thor's oh fuck, and he's Nick Fury, man, we gotta get the Avengers, and Nick Fury's oh hell, that, because Samuel L. Jackson. And he's well, fuck motherfuckers, let's do this shit, and he gets Captain America, and Hulk, and fucking Black Widow, and whatnot, and Iron Man. Robert Downey Jr. is the man. Robert Downey Jr. is fucking awesome. I'm just saying that right now. Iron Man saved his career. And it's just one of those, that's basically the movie, is they're all well, fuck, we gotta stop Loki and his fucking weird alien army. Shit. That's what the Avengers is basically about. Right there, in a nutshell. Loki's got a fucking weird alien army, and they're all hey, let's stop this alien army. Loki's complete badass. Tom Hiddleston plays that role to perfection. I'm just gonna say that right now. Great, fantastic movie. James, why don't you give us your thoughts first? Overall thoughts on the Avengers?
I thought the Avengers was really good. Now, I remember when this movie, oh my god. I remember when this movie wasn't even out yet. I think it was just months away from releasing, and people were already overrating it so much, and it got really annoying. And, me, I don't watch a lot of superhero movies. My favorite superhero series is Spider-Man. And, a lot of people say, oh, well, Spider-Man's a pussy, blah, 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 whatever. Spider-Man was...
Who says Spider-Man's a pussy?
Trust me, I've heard a lot. But, you know what? Spider-Man is my favorite superhero movie series, whatever you want to call it. So that's my thing. With the Avengers, I remember seeing it with a friend of mine who had already seen it, and he told me that, dude, I will see it again. It was that good. And I'm all right. I didn't set my expectations too high because, again, I don't watch a lot of comic book movies, but you know what? This movie was pretty damn good. I have seen Iron Man before, but you know what? This movie I thought was great. It broke a ton of box office records. Did it make over $1 billion?
It did, I believe.
I think, yeah. So yeah, it's one of the few movies to break the $1 billion mark, and you know what? Rightfully so. And I thought that it was really, really damn good. And I think they're making a sequel, aren't they? I mean, like they have to.
Oh yeah. But they're going all the way to Avengers 3 so far.
Oh my God. So yeah, right there. So that one I will most likely see. I would probably say my favorite part was, and I think this is like the generic part that everybody likes, is when Hulk just smashes Loki like it was nothing.
That was a very good part.
Yes. So overall, the Avengers I thought was great.
Oh yeah, it's more. Honestly, I would put this in the. Not only would I put this in the top 5 superhero movies ever, I would put this in the top 3 Marvel movies ever, because other than it's probably my favorite Marvel movie next to the first Iron Man, Spider-Man 2, and the first 2 X-Men movies, and then X-Men First Class. Those are my favorite Marvel movies ever.
Yeah.
So just one of those things where I thought the Avengers, I had high expectations. I did not see this movie till a year after it came out. I don't know why. I just never saw it, and I have no idea why I didn't see it in theaters. I just watched it, rented it from Redbox, and I checked it out, and I thought it was a fucking good-ass movie. I thought it was fantastic. It's just one of those things where this movie had been built up since 2007 with the first Iron Man movie. And it just, you knew all these characters, like Hawkeye, which I don't think anyone gives a shit about Hawkeye, really. But, he was introduced in Thor. Black Widow had been introduced in Iron Man and whatnot. And it's just because those are 2 characters that don't need their own standalone movies. And it's one of those things where, you'd had Thor explained, Captain America explained, Iron Man explained, and even the Hulk. Well, we'd had 2 standalone films that weren't very good, just other than Edward Norton's acting in the second one. And it's just one of those things where I thought this was great, and it's one of those things where not only did they build this movie up for 5 years prior, but everything about it was so good. Loki was the perfect antagonist. I thought the plot was great, and overall, I just thought it was incredible because, growing up reading comics, I love the Avengers. Not my favorite comic series ever. That belongs to X-Men, but nonetheless, I was like, holy fuck, this is everything. If the inner child in you does not squeal with excitement whenever you see this movie, whenever you fucking saw the trailer and it's oh my god, it's you have no soul. What is wrong with you? This movie was so fucking just everything about it, just everything I liked as a kid. Oh my god, it's not animated, it's on a fucking big screen, it is being acted out. This is the greatest thing I've ever seen. It was fantastic. It's a great movie. It's in my top. I would put it. It was in my top 10 favorite movies of 2012 because before I even had a show, I was ranking shit all the time. So that was cool. And it was just really overall. I mean, God, this was a great. I just say it was a great movie.
He would rank stuff as a kid, folks.
I did, dude. I grew up ranking shit.
I mean, he would find 3 rocks in the backyard, and he would rank which one's the best. That's just how far. That's that's just how far he went.
I'm actually pretty sure I did do that once. It's just I love ranking shit. That's the reason I love. That's why I include top 5s on my show because it's so fucking awesome to rank stuff.
You must love Countdown on the network then.
Oh yeah, I've always enjoyed countdowns. So I haven't actually checked out the ones on the network yet, but their top 10s they have on WWE's YouTube channel. I always check those out. I subscribe to Watch Mojo. I love them. They have some great top 10s. They love Fight Club as much as I do, so that's all that matters. And then top 10 for the win, Steven Larson. I really enjoy that shit. It's mostly video games, but still, it's fantastic. Just ranking shit is one of my favorite things. And the Avengers is a fantastic movie. It really is. I thought it's one of those weird things where we look at all the characters. I don't like Captain America. I never have liked Captain America. Chris Evans, I thought, played the role really well in it. Oh shit, I'm not in the 40s anymore. And then, Thor, not a huge Thor fan, but nonetheless, I thought he was pretty decent. Mark Ruffalo, it's insane how, like, Edward Norton may have portrayed the role better, but Mark Ruffalo looks the role of the Hulk better.
I think everyone's generic favorite would probably be Robert's character, Iron Man.
Yeah, well, it's one of the things. I love Robert Downey Jr.
I believe that would be the generic, basic favorite for anyone who's seen it.
He's mine. I don't know. I love Robert Downey Jr. is just one of my favorite actors, and his portrayal of Iron Man is so spot on. There's not enough alcoholism. Like, Tony Stark's a fucking alcoholic in the comics. They need to bring more. I want them to bring more alcoholism into his character, and I really thought that was gonna happen in Iron Man 3. Bit of a letdown that didn't happen, but like I said, in the Avengers he drank a bit, so there you go.
That's probably his closest.
But like I said, Tony, he was great.
Yeah.
Scarlett Johansson was lovely and awesome as always. Oh, Scarlett Johansson. Anyway, then I have no idea the dude's name who played Hawkeye, but he was okay. Samuel L. Jackson. I love Samuel L. Jackson. The fact that they were able to fit in a line where he has that Samuel L. Jackson tone is like, this is a stupid-ass question. The fact that they were able to fit that into the movie makes it even better, because you can't have a movie and not have Samuel L. Jackson be Samuel L. Jackson.
Exactly. I mean, Sam Jackson plays like practically the same character in like any movie that he's in.
Yeah.
Really.
Samuel L. Jackson's my second favorite actor of all time, next to Edward Norton. So it's just one of those things where, like, I'm a huge fan of Sam Jackson. I think I've always just been entertained by Pulp Fiction is one of my favorite movies ever. Django Unchained, he was fantastic. Honestly, there's not a movie Samuel L. Jackson was in that I cannot say he was fantastic. So that just shows you how much of a fan I am and how good of an actor I think he is. I think he was good because, I mean, for the Avengers movies and stuff, they could have easily gone with white Nick Fury, but they said, no, fuck it, we're going with Ultimate Nick Fury. We're going with Black Nick Fury, and Black Nick Fury has always been better. So you can even, like, just look at the comparison. Like, David Hasselhoff played Nick Fury in a TV movie in the late 90s. It was awful. It's one of the worst things I've ever seen in my entire life.
I've never been much of a Hasselhoff guy, so, I mean, like, I think, like, you know, whatever role that he plays, like, I've just never been intrigued by it. I don't think I ever will be.
My favorite Hasselhoff movie is Piranha 2.
You know what? The Piranha movies, I've never seen them, but I've heard terrible things about them.
You have to see the second one.
I've heard that it's like one of the stupidest movies ever. And
it is, but the second one.
I mean, I find it okay. All right, like judging from like the trailers of it and shit, the piranhas are in a lake. I'm sorry, but if there are deadly piranhas in the lake, here's an idea: don't go in the water. I mean, there's probably some some other shit in the movie that causes people to go in it, or like for like the piranhas to come out of it. I don't know. I've never seen it, but just judging from like what I've seen from the trailers, if piranhas are in the water, don't go in the fucking water. It's that simple. Like really.
It's just, man. I mean, fuck. I've got to tell you though. One thing is, Gary Busey is in the second one.
Oh, great.
Yeah, it was weird. I don't know why we're talking about Piranha, but anyway, so Avengers overall, we both thought it was a fantastic movie. It was really good, you know. And what would you give it out of 10?
I'm gonna go with a 6. No. I'm just kidding. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go with. You know what? I'm gonna go ahead and give it an 8.5. I would say around there.
I give it a 9.
Ooh, you're going higher than me now, huh?
Oh yeah, I don't know. I just felt, like I said, I think it's one of the. Oh yes, it is. No, it's like probably. You know, I would say top 3 favorite Marvel movies. Easily, like my favorite Marvel movie ever is I don't know. It's a tie between X-Men, X-Men 2, and X-Men First Class. So, but other than that, I would put the Avengers probably second, Iron Man third. It's just like really, I enjoyed the fuck out of this movie. And moving from one movie to the other, this is another classic. It's kind of fucking goofy as shit. And it's like oh my god, I can't believe I waited so long to watch this movie. I never had watched it until a couple days ago, and I am ashamed. I am damn ashamed I haven't watched the movie until a couple days ago, and that is Ghostbusters. First of all, I don't know why anyone wouldn't know the plot to Ghostbusters. It's pretty self-explanatory. These guys are like, hey, let's hunt some ghosts. And then they make these fucking weird plasma things, and they're like, yeah, let's do it, bitch. And then, oh, well, that's not the full plot, of course. It's in this chick, and there's like a fridge, and there's like a weird other world, and then there's ghosts and whatnot everywhere, and I don't remember the name of what the fucking big thing was, but some fucking demigod or whatever from something, and it's all like, oh yeah, I'm gonna fucking, do this and possess, I'm gonna have like two weird dog things possess people and stuff, and that's all gonna happen, and then I'm gonna fucking, take over New York, I guess, destroy everyone, normal shit for, movies like that. And it's like, yeah, it was a good plot. And, like I said, this movie, I think it holds up. I think it totally holds up now. Even if there's some stuff that doesn't, but for the most part, I think it totally holds up, like, almost 30 years later. So, James, I know that you hadn't watched Ghostbusters until a couple days ago like I had, so What were your impressions on this movie?
I thought that it was really good, it's, and, like, it's just another one of those, like, silly movies that becomes a cult classic. Kind of like, I don't mean to, like, fly off topic, but, kind of like, what the hell is that movie called, with Jack Black, Tenacious D?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so, it just kind of became, like, a silly, like, cult classic. And, it was great, and it also had a theme song to it that is just, once you know from, like, the first note, you know exactly what the hell it is.
It's stuck in my head. It's been stuck in my head for 2 days.
Well, exactly. So, yeah, Ghostbusters, it's a cult classic. I've said that way too many times already, but, again, it's great. And, it's one of those movies that will stand the test of time, and I thought that it was really good.
Yeah, one thing I will definitely say is, I had always heard this. I'd always heard the whole, like, there is no Donna, only Zool line. I've always heard that, and I had no fucking clue what movie that was from. Ever. And I was like, I need to look that up sometime on YouTube. And then finally, I heard the word Zool, and I was like, okay, that's suspicious. This could be that movie. Then I saw that her name was Donna. I was like, holy fuck, this is the movie that line is in. And I fucking marked out. It was awesome. I was like, holy shit, because that's like a really fucking famous line.
Mm-hmm.
And it was like, it was fantastic. One thing I will say is, there was some weird, like, sexual shit in this movie I wasn't expecting.
Yeah.
That were fucking chick, she was all possessed, and she was, like, trying to get Bill Murray to fuck her. It was weird. So much weirdness. Yeah. But this movie was, I described this movie. This movie was very weird.
It's weird, but still good.
It's very good. Honestly, it's just, like, I think it's better than 90% of the comedies we see nowadays.
Oh my god, the comedies, I'm sorry, but, if movie 43 is the, is like the new direction of where comedy movies are going, I am very ashamed.
Movie 43 was so fucking terrible.
Movie 43 was one of the stupidest movies I've ever fucking seen.
Had one good sketch. That was it.
Yes, one. And you know what? That was probably, and I think it was a skit where, like, the kid is, like, going to school, but, like, he's doing it at home, and it's where, like, the parents, like, call him, like, like a nerd and shit like that. I won't lie, I got a few good laughs out of that one, but everything else...
Yeah, like, it's so awful.
The thing with the balls hanging from the guy's neck. Stupid.
I want you to shit on me was stupid.
You know what? I don't think... I honestly don't think I made it further than...
I can't... Honestly, I think the farthest I got was Seth MacFarlane was, like, had a gun out to... Something stupid.
I made it.
It was awful. Put it on the list. Ghostbusters.
It was raunchy and stupid.
Ghostbusters. It's just something. Like, I don't even know really how I would describe my thoughts on this movie. Fuck, I'm so stupid. I describe my goddamn thoughts on this movie. I'm a dumbass. What I was saying, basically, there's so much about this movie that's just great. It's like a perfect mix of comedy and goofiness and just actually pretty good storytelling. I thought the character development was fantastic.
Yeah, definitely. And, it's, I mean, really, like, the only, like, real words that, like, I could use is, just iconic. I mean, like that.
Yeah, exactly. It's got one of the most recognizable themes for a movie ever. It's got one of the most recognizable posters ever. Everything about this movie, I guarantee you show one small screen cap of this movie, I guarantee you everyone knows what that movie is.
Oh yeah, and he fucking
loves that shit.
Apparently, Zack Ryder, does not hide the fact that he's also, oh my god, Zack Ryder's like one of the biggest ghosts.
He had the logo on his tights at one point
out there, and yep. And didn't he even like dedicate like a part of his show one time to basically like acting out?
Yeah, I believe so.
Like he was in the movie. I think at one point, yeah.
It's just like, it's interesting. Like Ghostbusters is one of those movies where you grew up watching it. It's a movie that sticks with you. Like I said, I can't believe I waited this long to watch this movie. I thought it was fantastic. I give it an 8 out of 10.
You know what? I'm probably right there with you. I'd say 8.
Yeah, and I'm looking forward to eventually watching Ghostbusters 2.
Yes.
And Ghostbusters 3, I don't even know what the fuck's gonna happen with that because the dude who plays Egon died.
Yeah, which was really, really sad news, and but his legacy will definitely live on through that film, and it's
oh, definitely.
I mean, like, it's great.
Bill Murray actually at the Oscars, he I don't remember what he was coming out for, but he just went out and he said, one guy you forgot was Harold Ramis is his name. I remember it 2 seconds before I was about to say I forgot it.
Yeah.
He said, I'd like to say Harold Ramis, he was in I remember for Caddyshack, Ghostbusters, and Groundhog Day. And it was fantastic. It's awesome seeing Bill Murray fucking saying that. It was great. Man, rest in peace, Harold Ramis.
It's awesome just seeing Bill Murray anywhere.
Bill Murray's great.
Bill Murray is fantastic.
But speaking of which, since the next topic is movie news, have you heard... Now, this is a rumor. None of this is confirmed, but have you heard the rumor about what Ghostbusters 3 is supposed to be about?
I have not, and I do not. And you know what? I'm so behind on movie news, TV news, gaming news, which apparently we have, which is like something that we almost never talk about. So, no, I haven't heard the rumor, no.
Okay. The current rumor, now, like I said, the complete rumor, none of this is candid. The current rumor is that Bill Murray and the other, the black dude, and I cannot remember who the other person is, they're all supposed to return. And then the current rumor is that Emma Stone and Jonah Hill would be in it as, like, new Ghostbusters.
Jonah Hill, I could
see.
Jonah Hill, I could definitely see him doing it. Emma Starr,
yeah, Emma Stone. First of all, I couldn't see Emma Stone being a fucking Ghostbuster. I just couldn't. Don't get me wrong. I love it anytime Emma Stone is on the screen, but I don't want Emma. I don't know how. Okay, the only good thing I can see about this pairing is it's a super bad reunion.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean.
I don't know. I just can't see Emma Stone fitting in with that. I mean, hey, for all I know, it could end up happening. It could be two different people. But if it does happen and Emma Stone actually does a really good job, I'll be down for it.
Wait, Stone?
Yeah.
I called her Star. I've no. Why the hell was I thinking Star? Okay, sorry, Emma Stone.
That's like a porn star's name.
So yeah, Stone. Sorry. Yeah, her, I don't, her, I can't see in it. Jonah Hill, I can, definitely, like I said before. But Emma Stone, I don't know, I can't. I can't.
And that is only a small piece of the movie news. We've got lots of it coming at you. Did you like the way I said that?
I don't think anybody did.
Okay, no one liked it. Nonetheless, movie news. One really dumb thing I don't want to talk about is the WWE Scooby-Doo thing. The trailer, fuck, I don't care.
Why do you not care? You're like the first person.
I don't want this. I didn't.
You are like the first person.
I didn't want it.
You are the first person I have talked to that does not want to see this.
I'll probably watch it.
During Raw, I was going down my timeline, and I saw people saying, "Oh my god, I have to see this movie. It looks really good." And you know what? I was one of those people. I want to see it. I do. I grew up on Scooby-Doo.
Yeah, I was the only person on my timeline hating on it.
I grew up on Scooby-Doo, and I'm sorry, I never thought I would ever see the day that WWE and Scooby-Doo would pair up to do a movie. So I think that's really cool. So yeah, that's definitely something I'm gonna check out. So.
I know I'm gonna check it out at some point, but I'm sure they'll stream it on the network. That would shock me if they didn't.
Oh yes, definitely. And like, you know, maybe like even on Netflix too.
Oh yeah, there you go. And I love Scooby-Doo. I grew up on Scooby-Doo as well, and they're fucking fantastic. But man, I gotta tell you, it's just. And I will say this is, I was viewing a live main event. I don't care, but I did see the commercial for it without sound, the full commercial, and that kind of maybe somewhat convinced me. Maybe watch this, but. Like, it's not one of those, like, I'm not going to buy this movie for $25 on Blu-ray.
I might not get the Blu-ray. I might just settle for the DVD, but either way, I want to see it.
Like I said, I'll give it I don't want to see this movie. I didn't want this movie to happen. But, hey, it's probably going to be a better story than the Flintstones version.
I remember the characters that they came out for, like the character names that they came out with for the for the Flintstones one. I think there's one like
CM Punk Rock.
CM Punk Rock, John Cena Stone, and I think the third one. I think AJ is in it as well. I'm not sure, but CM Punk Rock and John Cena Stone are the only ones that I do know for sure. And that kind of intrigues me, but you know, I guess we'll just have to wait and see. I hear that one's supposed to come out around WrestleMania 31, so next year, I believe.
I hope. Like, I wouldn't be shocked if this turns into like a once a year we're gonna do animated movies with a famous animated franchise.
I wouldn't mind that. I mean, like, you know, this is WWE catering to the kids, and I get that. I mean, you know, they're PG, so they're going to be doing shit like this. And it's not bad at all. So, I mean, like, if people are just going to rat on it and stuff, I mean, like, if you're just going to, like, you know, just shit all over it, then don't watch it. I mean, that's it.
I did shit at first. Like, I believe I tweeted something like, "I can't with this fucking movie. I just can't," or some shit like that. I tweeted something like that. But I'll give it a chance. Like, I'm not just completely saying like it's gonna be awful because hey, I love Scooby-Doo. I love me some wrestling, so why not? Okay, the more I talk about it, the more I'm actually kind of convinced that I'm gonna give this movie a chance.
It wouldn't shock me if they did something with Bugs Bunny there in the future too. I don't know how.
Yeah, as long stay away from they need to stay away from like Adventure Time and shit. Do the classics that are actually good and not overrated.
Yes, do not go anywhere near Adventure Time. Don't.
I wouldn't. I wouldn't even give that movie would not get a chance from me. Like fuck no.
I mean, all right, Adventure Time the show, I like it, but if you merge WWE with it, I don't think it's going to be that great.
Makes no sense.
No.
Fuck. And then, what other movie news could we possibly have? Well, I will tell you that movie news. Guardians of the Galaxy not going to have a sequel. There's not going to ever be a Guardians of the Galaxy 2, apparently.
Oh, poor Batista.
But there is a chance that those characters could be in Avengers 3.
That wouldn't shock me at all because, that tends to be like the thing when like a new Marvel movie is made, the characters from that will have a chance to appear in like other films. So
plus the main villain in Avengers 3 is going to be Thanos, and Thanos is a fucking galactic person. Guardians of the Galaxy opened up the whole space deal, so that completely makes sense to have them in Avengers 3.
There you
go. Speaking of which, I don't know if we've ever discussed this, but it is confirmed that Quicksilver and Scarlet Witch are going to be in Avengers 2. I don't know if that means anything to you, but that was confirmed a long-ass time ago.
All right. Definitely a movie that I will check out for sure. But
oh, definitely.
Yeah. I
bet it's good.
I really don't think it matters to me like who the villains are. I'm gonna see it anyways because it's the fucking Avengers. So
yeah. Plus I don't know if we've ever discussed the title on the show, but it's called Age of Ultron. So Ultron, which I'm very excited to see how they pull off Ultron, is going to be the main villain. Because I love Ultron. I've always loved the comic arcs with him. The only issue is Hank Pym isn't going to be in Avengers 2, so I have no idea. I could see it's probably going to be a little cameo deal where they're like, oh, his brainwaves are based on this dude, because Hank Pym is fucking Ant-Man, and an Ant-Man movie's coming out, but so I'm not sure if they're going to introduce him there or what the hell is going to happen. Yeah, but nonetheless, I'm looking forward to Avengers 2, and this is movie news that is months old, so I have no idea why it's taking me this long to bring it up on the show.
Get with it, Caleb.
I know.
Get with it. Come on. Speed up. Do it. Come on.
All right, speed up. Speed the fuck up. Now, from movie news onto that sweet television updates news. Well, not really news, but updates. A lot of shit's happening this week. Bates Motel came back this week. He didn't fuck his mom. That's all that matters. It was, like I said, I will say this real quick with Bates Motel. Review will come whenever the season's over, but season 1 I thought was great until halfway through and it got stupid. So hopefully this season, I got super hyped for it because the episode was great. And the whole this season on Bates Motel thing where they showed a bunch of stuff, oh my god, that got me hyped up. So this season better fucking hold up. And I really hope it stays awesome, unlike last season that got kind of shitty. So there's that.
This segment's entirely for Caleb people. I don't understand these shows at all. I don't watch this stuff. I don't watch this.
The following damn near gave me a heart attack this week. You're a simple person who was 9 weeks behind on Criminal Minds and How I Met Your Mother.
Shut up, okay? Shut up, alright? That isn't my fault.
Said this a couple times, man, dude, the following damn near gave me a heart attack. I'm not going to actually mention why it almost gave me a heart attack, but if you watch the show, you understand, because it's just one of those things where I was like, no, they cannot do this. That would be awful. And thank fuck it didn't happen. That's all I'm going to say. Anyone who watched the following, you're going to understand what I mean. True Detective, amazing piece of film, television work, whatever, with McConaughey and Harrelson. Oh my god, it comes to a close this Sunday, this season, and it's going to be like American Horror Story, where every season it's a different cast. So this is the last time. This Sunday's the last episode of McConaughey and Harrelson doing that show, and I'm going to be so sad when it happens, because I fucking love this show. I love McConaughey, and I love Harrelson. And then the Oscars happened. That's cool. It's kind of movie and television news. Matthew McConaughey won an award for Best Actor, I believe, in Dallas Buyers Club, which I have yet to see. And a lot of people were pissed DiCaprio didn't win it for Wolf of Wall Street, but Wolf of Wall Street was my favorite movie last year. But I think McConaughey, from what I've seen, McConaughey was really good in Dallas Buyers Club, and he probably deserved it because McConaughey gives 100% in everything he does. Leo will get his win eventually. I guarantee you. It's going to happen. Other than that, Picture of the Year was 12 Years a Slave. I feel bad. I have not seen this movie, but I've heard amazing things about it, and it won Picture of the Year, and Gravity didn't. That's all that matters. As long as Gravity didn't win, that was all I was saying. I was like, fuck if Gravity wins. I would have been content if Wolf of Wall Street had won. It would have been awesome. But, that movie is coke and boobs for 3 hours, so I'm sure a lot of people would have been like, that won Picture of the Year. So whatever, congratulations to 12 Years a Slave and everyone involved, because that's fucking fantastic. I actually think, I might be wrong, but I believe Oprah's in that movie. I'm almost positive Oprah's in that movie. Oprah was in a movie. I'm pretty sure it was that one. But that was cool. Ellen DeGeneres took a selfie that broke Twitter with a bunch of celebrities. I haven't retweeted it yet, but whatever. And Ellen DeGeneres also made fun of Jonah Hill's penis. That happened. Jonah Hill's penis. I don't know if it was, I believe it was a fake penis, but it was in Wolf of Wall Street, and Ellen DeGeneres felt the need to make fun of it and say Jonah Hill showed something in that movie I haven't seen in years. Lesbian humor. Now, nonetheless, that's basically it for the Oscars. James, do you have any opinions on the Oscars?
Oh shit, I'm still here.
Yep.
Oh god. I honestly think now, like, the rib each year is that Leo does not get his Oscar. And I honestly think that, like, it's like a running joke each year because somebody back there either doesn't like him or think it's one huge-ass joke. But, I'm thinking, like, at some point he has to get it. I mean, oh,
yeah, definitely.
Sometime he'll get it. When? Who knows? Maybe next year, year after that, maybe 3 years, 4 years, who knows? But like, I think it's like this huge ass gag that's been going on for way too long now, and I'm thinking, like, you know what? Just give the guy what he deserves. I mean, just give him the Oscar, and then that's that. Just do it.
Yeah, like, he's been in the last 3 movies he's been in, he was fantastic.
Yeah.
He was in my movie of the year 2 years in a row. So I have to be a fan of his. Django Unchained in 2012 and Wolf of Wall Street in 2013. I love DiCaprio. I used to not like him, but then 3 straight movies, Great Gatsby, Django, and Wolf, I enjoyed all of them. I thought he was great in all of them. So, yeah, that's really turned me around on him. And nonetheless, I think that's it for movie and television news. So, then we have very, very small, minor video game news that probably doesn't mean anything. But so randomly today, I saw that a new Arkham game is happening. New Arkham game. I'm like, okay, that's cool. They're going to be in development. I see they already have a trailer. They already have a trailer for their next game 3 months after their last game came out. Most random shit ever. And this game is called Arkham Knight, which that's a cool-ass name. I actually like it. It is not clear whether or not this takes place after the events of Arkham Asylum, or it goes with the prequel events of Arkham Origins. I've only played Asylum and City, so I've actually never played Origins, but eventually I'm going to change that. I need to buy it. I didn't think it looked like it was worth $60, and from what I heard, it wasn't. But like you said, I actually watched the trailer for this game, and it was good. Because the entire Jamie, I doubt you've seen this trailer, but because I don't know how much it's been up, but the entire trailer is basically Batman's dad reading his will, and it's basically his voiceover of the will, and he's like, "Oh, you're gonna be, you're gonna help the city and shit like that." And it looks fantastic. Scarecrow is the main villain of this movie, which that could be interesting. I mean, I love Scarecrow. For Christ's sakes, the last one was Black Mask, which is someone who no one knows, so I'm sure they can pull off Scarecrow being the main villain. Jamie, what do you think? And this is also going to be the last Arkham game. Jamie, I have no idea if you played the Arkham games, but what are your thoughts on this overall?
I haven't played the Arkham games, and you know what? I'm probably going to get a lot of heat for this. I'm probably going to get a lot of shit for this. We might even lose subscribers for me saying this, but I don't really care for the Arkham games. I don't care for Batman, honestly. I've always thought that Batman has been extremely overrated. I honestly don't see what the huge deal is with him. And we probably got 1,000 dislikes just for that one comment, but you know what? That's exactly it. I mean, I've never really cared all that much for them. I've played them here and there, but not to the point where it's like, all right, I want to buy this and I want to try this and I want to beat every part of it. And for this one, I'm probably gonna have the same attitude towards it. I'm probably not going to play it. I didn't even know. Well, I heard a little bit about it beforehand because I watched, I think it is Achievement Hunter, and they kind of like revealed that news, and I just thought that, all right, there's going to be another one, and I've never been all that crazy about it, so yeah, that's it.
Yeah, it's okay. I can understand where you're coming from with the games. I love Batman. I'm just gonna say this right now. Batman was involved in my favorite comic book movie ever, which is The Dark Knight. Some of my favorite comic book storylines, like Nightfall, involve Batman. Great stuff. I love Batman. Grew up with the cartoons. Great stuff. And like the games, really, I didn't think there was ever a good Batman game until Arkham Asylum, and I didn't think that game was like amazing. Like I thought it was good, but I think it lacked that certain it factor. And then Arkham City came out, and I was like, holy shit, this game looks amazing. And I checked it out, and I thought it was. I think it's one of the best Batman games I've ever played. Is it my favorite game of all time? No, you're not going to beat Red Dead Redemption, fucker. I don't give a shit. Arkham City was fantastic. I thought it was the second best game of 2011. No, I'm sorry. Second. Skyrim was my game of 2011. Sorry. I really, like I said, Arkham City, great, fantastic game, great storytelling. Hugo Strange isn't a major villain. He is, but like no one knows him. And I thought it was cool that he was one of the main antagonists besides the Joker. I thought the ending of the game is perfect. Arkham Origins, again, I really need to check this game out because, I heard it was like, if you listen to Super Best Friends cast like I do, because I'm weird and a nerd, I believe they even made a custom trailer for it where it was like the game of the okay, 6 out of 10, wasn't that great, and it was hilarious. And it was like, and I honestly, these are the gameplay footage I've seen from this game. I don't think it's like, it looks like anything super, Origins. I don't think it looks anything super special. I never could get into, the story, that's cool, it's a prequel, and so they can have the Joker in it again, and Mark Hamill, I guess he was in it, and Mark Hamill didn't voice him, so that bothers me a little bit, but, because I love Mark Hamill voicing the Joker. Luke Skywalker voicing the Joker is the greatest thing ever. But it's just one of those things where I'm eventually going to, some point, play Origins, and I'm sure it's going to be like, okay, I'm probably going to be very mixed about it, I'm probably never going to beat it. But it's just one of those things where, I don't know. I just need to try it out. And then Arkham Knight or whatever, that's a really fucking good name. I can't get over how good that name is. All the names, I still love how they went with Arkham. They didn't just be like, oh, it's a new Batman game. They went Arkham Asylum City, Origins, Knight. And that just looks great. And again, I have no idea if this is still a prequel or if it's a sequel to City. But like I said, I think the trailer really impressed me. And I think the story sounds really good. And it's the last Arkham game. And it's probably going to be the last. And this is the best Batman series we've ever gotten, so it's like one of those things where, hey, we're probably not ever going to get Batman games this good ever again. So enjoy them while they last, because for all we know, we could get a movie based on Batman Superman that comes out with Ben Affleck, and that might not be very good. So, like I said, I'm just going to take it for what it is. I'm going to definitely try this one out. I'm way more excited for it than I ever was for Origins. And I'm really looking forward to it. It's not something I'm going to pre-order, but hey, a couple months after it comes out, I'm probably going to buy it for like $30. So, yeah, that's just basically my thoughts on Arkham, I get the names mixed up. I almost said Arkham Asylum, Arkham Knights. I'm going to give it a shot, and hey, it could be good. It could be shit. Who knows? It could be better than Arkham City, for all you know. Like I said, I just think it has so much potential, and I think it's going to be a really good game.
It most likely will be.
Yeah.
Again, I've tried them here and there, but, I don't think I'm going to be, like that. This is probably a game that I'm probably never going to play, honestly.
Yeah, that's how I felt. Honestly, I'm probably not going to play Origins. I want to, but that's how I felt about Origins. And then this one, like I said, I think this one looks really good. I'm looking forward to it. It's not going to be a day one, holy fuck, I need to get it like I was with GTA 5, but man, I'm interested. That trailer got my attention. I got caught off guard that they released a trailer for a new game 3 months after the last one came out. But hey, hopefully they aren't rushed. Hopefully that means they aren't rushing it, because the last thing we need is a rushed game that could be shitty. Take your fucking time, like with GTA 5. That was supposed to come out like a year before it did, and they fucking.
It was supposed to come out.
Yeah, they just fixed it
in spring of last year, and they delayed it until September. Now, could you imagine if they had released it anyway? How many bugs it would have? How many glitches it would have?
Look at GTA 4.
Why do people shit on GTA 4? I thought GTA 4 was...
No. I love GTA 4, but the thing is, that game was rushed because everyone was demanding it so much. They were like, holy fuck, They should have taken like 6 more months to make sure everything was great about it. But they just rushed it, and I love GTA 4. There's not a Grand Theft Auto game I dislike, honestly. It's just like, I don't know. I think it could have been better if they delayed it.
Yeah, well, yeah, I guess so, because for GTA 5, I mean, like, you've got so many other options with it than you did in GTA 4. Like, you had, I mean, like, with the DLC, you could do, like, skydiving and shit, and
Yeah, you
like,
could smoke your son's bong.
yeah, yeah, and like, go, and like, you can go hunting and shit, and you can do drag races, which you can pretty much do in, like, every other game, but yeah, in the 5th one, you could practically do anything.
Yeah, the fifth one is like next. That and San Andreas are like the 2 best Grand Theft Auto games. It's so good.
4 is probably my favorite because
really?
Yes, because I just thought 4 was really good. I really like the story to it. I like the characters in it. Yeah, so I just thought 4 was just really good.
It's one of the, like, I love 4 so much, but like I think San Andreas and 5, like, it's a tie for which one's my favorite.
Yeah.
I can't. Any other video game news I know is about shit I have no fucking clue about. Like, I don't keep up with Nintendo, and they had a bunch of shit. And
apparently there's a rumor of a.
That's basically that.
Apparently there's a rumor right now of a Minecraft movie.
Oh yeah.
I think there's like.
But the same guys who made the Lego movie.
Well, oh my god, if the same people that made the Lego movie are making the Minecraft movie, then oh my god.
I hate Minecraft, so that might be why I'm not interested in this.
I had a thing for Minecraft when it came to Xbox, and I mean I just remember just being like addicted to it for like a month, and I haven't touched it in like I want to say probably since last summer, and it was I mean just the idea of a Minecraft movie is kind of like, what I mean, like, what exactly would like the plot be? Just have like the guy that you play as like doesn't have enough blocks or something, and he goes on like some like enormous adventure to find more blocks. Like it's like I don't really know what the premises of it would be, but I mean, it looks like, but. A lot of people were thinking that the Lego movie was going to be bad, and it turned out to be fucking amazing. So
yeah, apparently, like you've told me, it was really good.
Oh my god, it was so good.
Oh man, but like I will say this: I like Legos. I grew up liking Legos, so that's why I would be willing to give the Lego movie a shot. I don't fucking like Minecraft, so that's why I could not give less shits about this movie. Anyway, I think that's pretty much for the most part. Oh, and before we move on to like this is going into wrestling news, and really quickly discussing the tweet that Bully Ray, TNA roster, WWE, ECW fans might know him as Bubba Ray Dudley. He tweeted something along the lines of, "This, hashtag Raw Chicago crowd has helped me make a good career decision at Impact Wrestling," or some shit like that. So the rumor is he's going to leave TNA at some point this year, and he's going to. And you could possibly, maybe we could see the Dudleys back in WWE for the first time in 9 years. And I would just like to say, the Dudleys are my favorite tag team of all time. I love the fucking Dudleys. I want to see, because Devon's not employed in TNA anymore. If Bully leaves, it would be fantastic. Dudleys came back to WWE. Oh my god. Just give them if you can give the Outlaws another title reign, give the Dudleys another title reign. I don't even give a shit if you have to take it from the Usos. I don't care who you have to take. I don't care if it's the hottest tag team. Put the tag team titles on the Dudleys, and if they're the heel Dudleys, they'll be the most hated heels in the company. I fucking guarantee it.
But
oh my god, I want crazy heel ECW Dudleys. That's what I want.
The only difference is that it's a different environment now. I mean, like back when they left, the TV rating was still TV 14. So now they'll have to work within the boundaries of it being PG. Which would kind of be interesting. I mean, like, I know that they're like allowed to like curse every now and then, like say like ass like here and there, but um, but as for them coming back at some point, I think that would be really really cool. Maybe help put some younger teams over, not teams like 3MB and what the hell is that bull riding team there? Matadors?
Matadors.
Matadores or whatever. Not teams like them. Teams like even though the Usos are already over, but like help them out a bit more. And maybe if they want to take Ryback so seriously, maybe help them out a little bit. But but as for them coming back in, I think that would be really neat.
Yeah, like I said, I'm totally 100%. They're my favorite tag team ever. Of course, I want to see them back in WWE. Like they have not teamed together on a regular weekly basis since like 2010. That's like four. Well, they teamed a couple times during Aces and Eights, but like not enough that I can actually remember.
Now the one thing that strikes me is that it was a tweet that was sent out by Bully Ray, but then again, he's not the first person to do something like this.
Yep, he could be trolling.
I mean, it's really simple that he could just be messing with us. I mean, like I just said, this isn't the first time that a wrestler has done this, so we'll just have to wait and see if Bully Ray's actually going to leave or if he's going to stay in TNA, which really wouldn't surprise me. If Bully Ray thinks that that's what the crowd is like at every Raw, then he's sadly mistaken.
He watches every week, so I'm sure he's aware of that.
Yeah, hopefully. But yeah, I'm not going to bet on him coming back, but if he does, I wouldn't mind it.
Yeah, and if they paired the Dudleys with Paul Heyman, I would be 100% behind it.
Heyman has one Heyman guy left when you think about it, and that's Lesnar. You bring in the Dudleys, those are
They
two.
never explained why he left Ryback.
This is also true. So, and if you want to increase the size of Heyman's army, I guess bring in the Dudleys.
Let Paul Heyman be Bobby Heenan. Let him manage half the roster. I'm just saying that because I've been watching so much 80s stuff on the network because I've watched from WrestleMania 1 to Rumble 88 now, and oh my god, all the heels they have had Slick, Jimmy Hart, or Bobby Heenan. Let Paul Heyman just manage all the heels.
Yes.
I don't see anything wrong with it. I mean, Paul Heyman. Hell, you know what? Paul Heyman's gonna get. He got Curtis Axel heat for a bit. So I don't see any fucking problem with that. And basically, that's just my thoughts. Yeah, definitely. If the Dudleys come back, pair them with Paul Heyman. Now, but don't get me wrong, Bully is a fantastic mic worker on his own, but still, Heyman managed Punk for a year.
Mm-hmm. And that was one of the best manager wrestler pairings ever, because Heyman was just that. I mean, to quote Triple H, he was just that damn good.
Well, yeah, especially since both of them were two amazing mic workers. You put a guy who, like Heyman and Lesnar can't really talk.
Every time Lesnar grabbed the mic,
Punk can talk.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just, honestly, Dudley's, I think it's very low chance they'll come back to WWE, but hey, my favorite tag team back in WWE for the first time in 9 years makes Caleb a happy boy, if it happens.
If they don't come back, you know what? I could definitely see them getting a Hall of Fame induction.
Ooh, yeah, that team deserves a Hall of Fame induction.
Yes, because
they won the tag team titles 30 times.
Yeah, they're multiple time tag team champions. So yeah, if both Dudleys don't come back on a regular basis in WWE, I could definitely see them being a Hall of Fame induction, maybe even by next year. I mean, it's possible.
Oh, definitely. And I could totally see, and honestly, I would think Edge and Christian would induct them. Or Paul Heyman.
Either Heyman or Edge and Christian, because Edge and Christian were one of their like greatest rivals during their run in WWF, WWE.
Yeah, exactly. And like I don't know. I'm just like I said. I really hope that we do see them in WWE again. I just want to see them reunited at one point because Devon's not in the company anymore, and that makes me sad. With TNA.
I don't want to see. Hopefully, for some reason, I can't help but think that that Spike might be there too.
Yeah, I don't like Spike on his own, but holy shit, bring back all three. Oh my god, I want to see them in a 6-man tag against 3MB. I don't know why, but I really do.
You know what? That would have been a really good. I know this wouldn't have been possible for Raw 1000 because 3MB wasn't formed by then, but that would have been a good match for Raw 1000. If 3MB was around.
Or old school Raw as well.
Yeah, that too.
But like I said, Dudley's amazing team. And now moving on to that is this week's top 5. We always do the weekly top 5s before we talk about NXT Arrival and Raw. And this week's top 5 is the top 5 Undertaker streak matches. Now, both of us got to do it. We might have some samesies, we might have some differences, but we'll see. Did
you just say
James,
why don't you go?
Yep.
Are you forcing people to click off this video?
Fuck you, James. Just do your top 5.
That was inappropriate. Anyways, people.
Was inappropriate?
It was just inappropriate, okay? My top 5 Undertaker streak matches. Number 5, we got Ric Flair from WrestleMania 18. Now, just letting you all know, none of his matches from the 90s are on here. None of his 90s streak matches are on here because, let's face it, a lot of his 90s streak matches were garbage. I mean, besides his match with Diesel, because he actually carried Diesel to a decent matchup, wasn't a huge fan of his match with Kane at WrestleMania 14. I just really wasn't. His Hell in a Cell match with Boss Man was terrible.
So bad.
God, his match with Gonzalez was complete trash.
Ugh.
King Kong Bundy, I don't think people even remember that Bundy was even one of Taker's opponents. And yeah, so none of his 90 streak matches are in my top 5. Anyways, my number 5 one is Ric Flair from WrestleMania 18. A lot of people forget about this one, and a lot of people don't talk about this match, but I fucking loved this match. I have no idea why. I just remember watching it over and over and over again, because I had actually rented WrestleMania 18 from Blockbuster. Yes, there was at one point where you could rent pay-per-views on DVD from Blockbuster, and I remember...
Those were the days.
Oh my god. And I remember I rented WrestleMania 18, and I watched Ric Flair and Taker, and I thought that it was so good. I thought that it was great. And, I mean, it was just that. It was perfect. I think it was, I believe this was Flair's second match back, when he came back in 2001, yep. I believe. His first match was with Vince, and then this was the second one back. And it was a great...
That spot where Arn Anderson spine busts him.
Yes, I mean, Anderson coming in, out of nowhere, giving Taker the spine buster, and then, Taker kicking out of it. And, I mean, of course we knew that Flair wasn't going to win because going into this match, Taker was 9-0, and, after he won, obviously, he was 10-0. So... yeah, I couldn't see Flair winning this one at all, but you know what? It was a great match. Taker pulled a really good match out of Flair. And, vice versa. And, it was just really, really good. So just go back and watch that. Number 4, his match with Batista from WrestleMania 23. People really don't look at this match all that much, but you know what? I thought that it was really good, and you know what? I thought this match got kicked off in a really, really good way, because the second the bell rang, Batista speared Taker, and it was off to the races they went. and like, oh my God, it was great. Batista power slam Taker through the announce table. This is probably one of Batista's better matches from that year, and I do remember that some people like thought that Batista actually had a chance of ending Taker's streak, and I kind of thought that it might happen, and well, obviously it didn't, and this is back when Batista, well, not that like he doesn't have it now, but Batista did have a pretty big ego back then, and he even said on his DVD, like, following the match, he went backstage and he yelled at like the top of his lungs saying, "Follow that," because he thought that him and Taker like tore the house down. And you know what? I thought that it was really good. Number 3, his match with CM Punk last year at WrestleMania 29.
I was not expecting that to make the top 5.
I loved this match. It was the only good match on 29, really.
Hey, Lesnar and Triple H was good.
You know what? Yes, I will say that. Cena and Rock was good. It was just the fact that it was so predictable. But anyways, as for Punk and Taker, I love the build up to this one. I mean, Punk saying that, I am the one in 20-1, and I've said this before on previous shows. I'm going to sound like a punker for saying this, but I thought that was brilliant. I mean, really. And
yeah, it was fantastic.
Yeah, and I mean, like, just like the build up for Punk having the urn, the Raw before that one taking like the sand out of it, which were supposed to be like the ashes, I guess, like just like pouring it on Taker, like throwing it in his face. I mean, I thought that it was just tremendous build up, and the match itself I thought was really good, and apparently Punk was working really, really hurt in this one, and of course, after this match he was on, I believe, a 2-month hiatus, but
yeah, until Payback.
Yeah, but you know what? He worked a pretty damn good match, and I thought that it was just tremendous. And I thought that Punk maybe had a little bit of a chance of ending it, but ultimately he didn't. But like, again, I just love the build up towards this match. I mean, I thought that it was like on par, it was on key, it was really good, and the match delivered. Number 2. Triple H at WrestleMania 28. End of an era, Hell in a Cell match, and a lot of people say that, there was no point of the cell being there. I thought having the cell there was really cool because it provided a really cool background to the entire scenario. It was as it was, end of an era. Shawn Michaels was the guest referee. Triple H was the opponent. These were 3 of the biggest stars from the Attitude Era, besides like Austin and Rock and such. But they were 3 of the most iconic superstars in all of wrestling, and it was great. I never thought I would experience so many heart attack or near heart attack feelings in one match, and I did. Because when Michaels nailed the super kick and Triple H nailed the pedigree, the DX combo on Taker, I thought that was it. And I remember when Taker kicked out, I was like, my God, nothing is going to keep this guy down. And like, just the ending of it, just with the 3 of them like embracing, it was just classic. And honestly, I mean, it was obvious. I don't think that part was even scripted in at all. It was great. It was just 3 of the best workers, just coming together and basically just thanking each other for so many great moments, so many great matches that all 3 guys have had with each other over the years, and it was perfect, really. And then number 1. His match with Shawn Michaels from WrestleMania 25. And I know, Caleb, you're probably going to say, oh, why isn't 26 match on there? But anyways, his 25 match. A lot of people say it was the greatest match in WrestleMania history. That's definitely arguable. Definitely was the match of the night at that.
There's no doubt about that.
At that Mania, match of the year in 2009. Some people even said that it was match of the decade for 2000 to 2009. Again, that's that's arguable. But you know what? It was a damn classic.
Really
just the spot where Taker was soaring over the ropes, landed on a camera guy. I thought Taker had legitimately landed on his neck. And I thought, is he dead? Is he getting up at all?
That was a brutal fucking spot.
That was a terrible. That was absolutely nuts. And then when Taker when he tombstoned Michaels and Michaels kicked out, and you could just see the expression on Taker's face, oh my God, am I gonna beat this guy or not? This guy has kicked out of everything. And ultimately this match was a classic, one of the best of Michaels' career, one of the best of Taker's career by far, and personally, my favorite Undertaker WrestleMania match.
Yeah, and that was a very good top 5. Now this is my top 5. My top 5 might be a little different, might not have some of the same matches, might have some of the same matches. But nonetheless, here it is.
Oh, way to build
Number 5. What?
I said, oh, wait. I said, oh, way to build it up.
Huh. Okay, so number 5 is his WrestleMania 27 match with Triple H. This match was this match was really the shining light on a shit stain of a show. Yeah, it's one of, whenever I think of Undertaker's best WrestleMania matches, this one always comes to mind, because this match was so fucking good. It was really, fantastic. The story told was great. Whenever Triple H tombstoned Undertaker, I was like, wait a minute. They're not getting the streak here, are they? It was fantastic. It was brutal. Both guys beat the living fuck out of each other. It was just fantastic. I thought the ending was great. He had Hell's Gate locked on for 5 minutes before he tapped out, and Undertaker couldn't fucking walk. That was just such a good match. It was it was a very brutal physical match. One of the most physical matches of the PG era, I would say. Just overall, just fantastic. Number 4 being his match with Edge at WrestleMania 24. This match was so good. It was one of Edge's best matches ever. I mean, he got to main event WrestleMania with Undertaker. It was Undertaker's first WrestleMania main event since WrestleMania 13, which was 11 years. And this match was just great. It was just amazing storytelling. Zack Ryder and Kurt Hawkins even came out at one point and got chokeslammed. Nick Patrick, I believe, is his name. He fucking sprinted to the ring like no one has ever sprinted.
Oh, no, that was Charles Robinson.
Oh, Charles Robinson. Okay, thank you. I'm sorry. I get
Mini Flair, Mini Nate.
Yeah, Mini Flair. Okay.
Yeah.
So basically, this match was just so good. This match was just really entertaining. Of course, this was, I believe, the second or third WrestleMania main event to end in submission. Because I know Benoit won by submission, and I can't. If there was another one before this, I can't remember which one it was. But I'm pretty sure this was either the second or third.
The final match of the Mania card?
Yeah.
Not that I can think of, no.
Yeah, it's just, it was such an entertaining match. Basically, this match was just everything about it, the storyline, the emotions in it. Because this feud had been built, this match had been bottled up for a year almost since Ed had cashed in Money in the Bank on him. It was just great. And then number 3 is End of an Era from WrestleMania 28, the Hell in a Cell match. Now, I've only watched this match twice, and both times, God, the first time I watched it, damn near gave me a heart attack. I am in the minority of people. Yeah, I am in the minority of, I liked Jericho Punk more for some reason, but this match was definitely better. And, I thought this match was so, just everything about it was just, Shawn Michaels was the referee, And it was, God, everything about this match was just brutal. It was fantastic. The storytelling was amazing. The first time Undertaker competed with short hair since like 2000, since I believe his Buried Alive match with Vince. And it was just, God, this match was just so fucking good. It was just like you said, the DX combo, I thought it was it. I thought it was over. I damn near had a heart attack when that happened. It was it was awesome. This match was really entertaining, and like I said, it was one of the best matches of 2012, no doubt about it. And like a lot of people fucking love this match. I think it's even the best streak match ever. I love it as well. And number 2 is his match with Shawn Michaels from WrestleMania 25. Now, I know what you're thinking. What could number 1 be? Well, you'll know in a minute. But their match at WrestleMania 25 was such a classic. It was match of the night on a WrestleMania that was kind of lackluster. Had a couple okay matches, but for the most part, this was that match. This match defines that WrestleMania. God, that match, it's insane how fucking fantastic this match was. Everything about it. Just from every near fall to Undertaker looking like he fucking broke his neck when he hit that cameraman. Like, God, this match was one of the most. This is just crazy. The crowd. I don't. It is one of the. I don't know if I've ever seen a match into a crowd is into a match as much as this match. It was just insane from the get go. God, this match was just fantastic. Like that's all I can want to say. This match was fucking fantastic. It's perfect.
I felt really bad for Triple H and Orton because they had to follow that.
Oh God, they could not follow that.
They couldn't. No, and you know what? It wasn't their fault. They had a decent match to close out the show. The crowd was dead for it, but it wasn't their fault. They just could not follow.
Yeah, at least they tried to put a match between them at least.
Yeah, because people forget that the triple threat match between Big Show, Cena, and Edge went on right after that one, and nobody ever talks about that. They always talk about Orton and Triple H were the ones that followed them. When you think about it, the world title match followed them, and that crowd was. I mean, like, they were a little bit lively for it, but, I mean, they were tired by the time that Orton and Hunter went out there, so.
Yeah, and, that's basically it. And like I said, WrestleMania 25 stole the show. That was probably the match of the year in 2009. Probably, I can't think of another one. And then, in like a couple of months, I'll probably, because with my network watching, once I get to like 1995, I'm going to be doing the whole top 10 best pay-per-view matches, top 10 worst, top 5 best pay-per-views, top 3, stuff like that.
Yeah.
So, that'll come up in a few months when I'm in 2009 and once I finish it. Because I'm in 1988 right now, so it's going to take me a bit. And then we got something else that was kind of cool, and that is number 1. Number 1 on this list is one of my favorite matches ever, is one of my favorite WrestleMania matches ever. And that is Shawn Michaels versus Undertaker from WrestleMania 26. It was Shawn's last match. God, this match was, and some people agree with me. I think this is better than their 25 match because the emotion in it was amazing. Shawn Michaels' career was on the line. I was like, and I was on, and like a lot of people were like, oh, it was obvious he was going to lose. I thought Shawn had a good chance of winning. I was so 50-50. I was like, well, maybe he won't retire, maybe he will, maybe this could happen.
The only thing that they did wrong with that, I thought, they released the My Journey DVD before the match happened, and that was a mistake.
Yes,
they should have saved My Journey for maybe like a month later, maybe even like a month and a half. I mean, they couldn't. I mean, like if they didn't. I mean, like yeah, sure. Shawn Michaels included like in his promo on the Raw beforehand saying like, oh, they've just released a set on the career of Shawn Michaels. Well, you know what? Make some extra space on that DVD shelf because they are making a Volume 2 when I defeat the streak on Sunday. So I give them credit for at least trying to convince us that hey, maybe he has a chance. But yeah, I think that they should have left the My Journey DVD to maybe like a month after he retired.
Yeah, I agree, but like I said, this match was so fantastic. The emotions at the end, that last tombstone, that jumping tombstone, and that pin was so emotional and amazing. That was such an amazing moment.
It really was.
Everything about that match was amazing.
And Taker like saying, just stay down. And
then so good.
And then Michael's doing the whole cutthroat thing and then slapping them. It's just like, bitch, you're doing it. So, but yeah.
It was just, God, that match was so good.
I mean, I didn't want to see Taker win, because, I didn't want Michaels to retire, but, I mean, like, if he thought that it was the right time, then it was time.
Yeah, and I don't think Shawn has nothing left to prove. He never needs to come out of retirement.
As much as I would like to see him versus Bryan, it's not going to happen. So, yeah.
The man is done. Stop tweeting him every day asking if he's going to come out of retirement.
Exactly.
It's so dumb. But I love Shawn Michaels, one of my favorites ever. Like I said, this match was just so fucking amazing, and it is my favorite Undertaker match of all time, and it's my second favorite Shawn Michaels match of all time. Simply incredible.
Mm.
Now, do we have any final thoughts on this?
No. All I know is that come April 6th, his health is going to come into question when he faces Lesnar.
We'll be able to discuss that soon.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my god! And then we've got basically moving on from that top 5, which was a really great top 5. Anyone who this is also the season 3 premiere as well. I don't know if I mentioned that. And I know that a long ass time ago at the beginning of season 2, I said season 3 would be the end of wrestling related top 5s. It's gonna depend on how I'm feeling, because this week I was like, man, I got a really good top 5, and it's WrestleMania season, so we're gonna get a lot of WrestleMania related top 5s. Yeah. So it's one of those things where, why not? So maybe after WrestleMania.
You know what? Here's just a thought I had. Maybe for the people that are listening to the video. Maybe if they have a suggestion for a top 5 that we should do in the future, maybe they could leave it down in the comments. Maybe just
leave it in the comments below. You have any recommendations for anything you want me to make? Hey, if you want a show you want me to review, I don't care how shitty it is, as long as it's not 7 seasons long and won't take up a large amount of my time, I'll watch it.
Also I'm thinking about bringing Ask the Mac back, wrestling oriented like it was originally supposed to be at first, and I think I might set up either I'm going to use the hashtag again or make a separate account or whatever, but, just leave them somewhere, anywhere, tweet me them.
And then not only that, but I do other stuff besides that. If we're not done with the show, we still got NXT Arrival and Raw to talk about.
Yeah.
But I do other stuff on this channel. I was actually on the CM Punk video. That was the first video we did. And I do a lot of stuff. I'm going to be, like I said, I'll be making solo videos with... every show I watch, I will review. Game of Thrones seasons 1 through 3 review. Guys, spring break, I'm gonna be recording it, so you're gonna get Game of Thrones seasons 1 through 3 reviews with a good buddy of mine, Zach, who's gonna be helping me. He's gonna be helping me on a couple of the top 10s. It's gonna be really random. Mostly Game of Thrones, and then once season 4 Game of Thrones is over, he'll be helping me with that as well. Other reviews you can be looking forward to: Bates Motel season 2 review in a couple months once this season's over. True Detective season 1 review that happens next week. Because holy shit, that season ends Sunday, and it's going to be a hell of a ride. Sons of Anarchy review is going to be later this year. So many shows. Right now, Arrow is going to end in 8 or 9 weeks. How I Met Your Mother, James. We will talk about this. How I Met Your Mother. I have not decided if it's going to happen on this show because Jamie's going to help me with it, or if it's going to be a single video. But we'll figure that out. And first of all, we'll see once you're caught up.
Oh my God. Yes, I'm behind. Oh, this isn't the first time I've been behind on a show.
Yeah, it's just so many, guys, every show I watch you're going to be getting reviews for. So those reviews are going to be coming at you fucking crazy once shows, have finales. Just so, like I said, so much great content you guys are going to get. I'm going to do random top 10s every once in a while for shows and stuff with television openings and wrestling shit and whatnot. I got my series coming out. Once I am 2 this year, it's good. I'm going to do this with WCW as well, from 1994 or 5 to 2000, because 2001 they only had 3 pay-per-views, and I'm going to be doing the top 5 best and top 3 worst pay-per-views with James, who's so kindly let me take the reins of that topic. Because he used to do it on his channel.
I haven't done one of those in a long ass time.
You really haven't. And then also with that year, 3 videos happen. You get the one video that is the top 5 best, top 3 worst pay-per-views, top 10 best pay-per-view matches, top 10 worst. Like I said, it's be happening from WCW from 1994 or 5 to 2000. Once there are 8 pay-per-views, because I can't do it with less than that. It has to be top 5 best, top 3 worst. WWE is going to be from 1995 to current, and then it's going to be like a yearly thing once I'm completely caught up with it. So that'll be cool. And then, like I said, and then you'll see, we'll do random videos with the entire network of EVTV Productions. We're going to do random shit like the CM Punk video, stuff like that's going to happen every once in a while. That'll be cool. You got Wrestling with Mac. And this is just a small synopsis of other stuff to expect. I don't know why we just started talking about it. But, yeah, there's that. I'll probably review some games every once in a while, like just a game I picked up. I'm not a huge, even though I do love games. Like, I have an Xbox One. I played 4 games on, Thief, Rise, Ghosts, fucking Call of Duty, Ghost, and Assassin's Creed 4. So, and those are 4, yeah. Thief and Assassin's Creed have been my favorite 2 so far. But like I said, it's just you know what? I will probably review all of those games very shortly. Give my opinion on the Xbox One. The PlayStation 4 I've had for 2 months, and I haven't actually had the chance to use. I own no games for it, but the games I'm really looking forward to getting for PS4. Man, I've got to tell you, Tomb Raider Definitive Edition. I've never played Tomb Raider, so this is going to be awesome. And then Injustice, the Complete Edition, because why the fuck not? I mean, I don't play a lot of fighting games, but why not? And then I'll probably get I need to get Killer Instinct for the Xbone at some point, because that's supposed to be like, we even nominated it for Game of the Year in the Revies in December, because that game is like the best fighting game in a long ass time. And it looks incredible. Like, the footage looks amazing. Like, it really looks good. And there's that. And like I said, a year from now, you'll probably be getting reviews for The Witcher 3, which I'm really looking forward to. What is that one? The Evil Within. I love survival horror, so that's going to be fantastic. And then, there's another game coming out. I can't, I don't remember. So I'm going to stop rambling about games. But Elder Scrolls Online you might get, because I like Skyrim and Oblivion and Morrowind and all that bullshit. I love Elder Scrolls. So, yeah, that's pretty much it. So you're getting a lot of content. And then, hey, I'm going to be seeing a lot of movies this summer with friendos and whatnot. So, yeah, guarantee you'll be in Guardians of the Galaxy, Amazing Spider-Man 2, fucking X-Men Days of Future Past. I can only think of superhero movies that are coming out this year. But, yeah, lots of great movie reviews, great content. Single videos, some won't be on this, because we really usually only review Netflix movies on the show. And that's basically that. So that's just a little synopsis, explaining some future stuff for the show that I just, felt the need to say, and we started talking about. And yeah, but basically, if you haven't figured out, I'm going to be, because James, of course, is doing C&C Reviews. He's always done C&C Reviews with me, but, Cameron is on vacation, so he's been my co-host, until he comes back. And then he's doing Wrestling with Mac, and then his, our other side group videos, stuff like that. So it's really, like, I'm doing a lot of content on here. And so if you like listening to me, I've got a bunch of other stuff doing it for myself, and just, Zach is going to be appearing in some. Like, Zach is not an official host. He doesn't have Twitter or anything, but he's just going to be helping me with, like, Game of Thrones and shit he knows. He's probably going to help with an episode of reviews at some point. Might be that week in, 2 weeks until spring break, so who knows, guys. He's going to be over here recording shit with me, so lots of shit can happen. You never know. And I'm going to force him to watch True Detective because he needs to watch it. It's so amazing. And that's basically that. Anyway, so we got a little off topic. We spent about 10 minutes explaining some stuff, so we should probably talk about the other wrestling stuff, right?
Maybe. Might be a good idea.
Okay, now, first thing that happened, now, it's been almost a week. It was last Thursday, but NXT Arrival. NXT Arrival, I believe, had 4 or 5 matches on the show. It was a 2-hour NXT event. It was the first live NXT event on the network with the current situation and everything. So let's just go down and really discuss it, because there weren't a lot of segments, but we did get some fucking coolness, and that is that. So, James, you got the chance to watch NXT Arrival, did you not?
I did, thanks to a follower of mine who did try and gave me a link, and very, very grateful for that. Yes, sorry about that. Yeah, and you know what? It was It was really good, and you know what my favorite part about that entire show was the crowd.
Oh, that crowd was actually really good, not complete assholes.
Exactly. I mean, the crowd actually appreciated everything. I lost count of how many times they chanted "This is awesome," especially during
more than a Ring of Honor crowd.
Oh yeah, yeah, especially during the Sami Zayn and Cesaro match, which was
that match was so good.
Which was by far one of the best matches I have ever seen, and also a match that I thought was 2 out of 3 falls, but apparently it wasn't. But I mean, like, either way, it was still really, really, really fucking good. I mean, so many near falls, back and forth. That was really, really good. And you know what? Just overall, I thought the event was really solid, and it was a really good way to, practice the live streaming aspect of the network, because you get all 12 live WWE pay-per-views for free along with your network account, and it's really good to practice that, because if something were to go wrong for WrestleMania 30, so many people would be very, very upset. And just like any other pay-per-view going forward. So yeah, definitely it was a really, really smart way, a smart move. And also it was great because you got to show off a lot of the talent down there, like Zayn and Mojo Rawley. Is that his name? I think.
The dude. The hype dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's his name. Yeah,
Yeah.
CJ Parker was the dude with the long ass dreads.
Okay, yeah. So, like them, and even though they didn't really have much of a match, Tyler Breeze and Xavier Woods, but he's like on Raw now.
Alexander Rusev is all that matters.
Okay.
I'm so fucking high on this dude, it's insane.
Okay, my thoughts on Rusev. I'm predicting that within 2 years he's going to be a mid-card comedy act. I honestly think he's going to
I do agree with you there,
but
for right now, I'm excited.
I think he's going to go down the same route as Kozlov did, and it's a shame I say that, but you know what? I think that's exactly it.
But do you know one thing that neither of us can disagree with on Rusev?
What?
His theme is sick as fuck.
His theme is very intimidating. I will say that.
Oh, I love that theme.
Because I first originally heard the theme when he came out for the Rumble match, and I thought that Kozlov was making a comeback, and I was like, who the hell is this guy? And it was a very intimidating theme song. But you know what, Rusev, he's going to be pushed. Yeah, I mean, I think this guy is going to have a bunch of squash matches at first. Like maybe he'll go up against Zack Ryder, or like maybe one of the Matadors, or like even Kofi Kingston, I think. And
he's false Kofi on NXT a couple times.
Well, you know what? That's it right there. And Rusev, I think he is going to get the typical monster push. But
yeah, I do agree with you, though. I think that he is going to eventually become a comedy act, but I'm still holding hope. I'm still holding out hope that he's going to get a really... I'm not saying he's main event potential yet, but man, hopefully they give him like a U.S. title run.
Yeah. That I could definitely see that I could definitely see as somewhat of a possibility. But as for now, I mean, I'm not placing any bets down on him, so.
I'm just, like I said, I'm really high on this dude. I'm probably one of his biggest, really support. I love his manager. Oh, God. Not only is she extremely hot, it's one of the things where, they're basically Ivan Drago and his wife from Rocky IV. That is exactly what it is. Because she even had the short, she put it in a bun so her hair would look short. So she looks exactly like that chick from fucking Rocky IV. It's crazy and it's just one of those things where any gimmick that reminds me of Rocky IV is good to me. And Rusev is basically, if Vladimir Kozlov and Nikolai Volkov had a baby, it would be Alexander Rusev. And I love Nikolai Volkov, and Vladimir Kozlov was, he was okay. I didn't like him outside of the Ruthless Round Table, but other than that, like I said, I think Rusev has a good chance to be Kozlov done right.
You know what? That could happen. But still, I just think he's going to become a dumb. I just think he's going to become a dumb comedy act at some point.
So you think he's going to become Tensai?
Yes.
It is one of those things where Kozlov was he was a monster heel, and then him and Santino became a weird, goofy tag team.
And they became tag champions.
Yeah, Vladimir Kozlov. It's one of those weird things people forget, but Kozlov was tag team champion at one point.
This is true, and he was champions with Santino, and then the core won it.
Yeah, this is also true. Yeah, it's just one of those weird things where, like I said, I think Rusev has all the potential in the world, but you never know. You never know. And then the big thing with the NXT Arrival was Cesaro and Zayn was match of the night, and I'm just saying WWE's had 4 matches this year that's really stuck with me as, holy shit, this match could be match of the year, possibly nominated for a Revy. I'm just going down the road, man. So, like I said, Cesaro and Zayn was fantastic. It might be my favorite match this year so far. It was so fucking good. There's nothing wrong with that match. Those two know each other so well. And it's amazing to see Claudio Castagnoli and El Generico of Ring of Honor fame working together in the first, like I said, at least 300, 400,000 people were watching. And it's just one of the things where, so many people know who Sami Zayn is who didn't know him before. And Sami Zayn, when he comes to the main roster, he's going to be a huge babyface. I guarantee you. He's going to be a huge babyface.
I can see him being
Cesaro is as well.
Yeah. You know what? I could see Sami Zayn being a lot like Evan Bourne, minus the weed.
I think Sami Zayn is going to go farther than Evan Bourne.
Oh, yeah, definitely. But, I could definitely see him.
I think WWE sees something in Sami Zayn. I honestly do.
Well, you know what? I think they see something in everyone that they sign, but you know what? I think that Zayn must have impressed the hell. They must have impressed the fuck out of them with his matches with Cesaro, and once Zayn hits the main roster, I'm hoping that those two guys go in, have a face versus face type feud. I mean it's happened before, and
that's what it's turned into because Cesaro isn't really a heel anymore.
Yeah. So definitely, I'm hoping that Zayn and Cesaro at least have a match on a pay-per-view at some point, or even on Raw or something. I'm just hoping.
Yeah, these two these two are gonna have many, many matches for years to come. I guarantee you.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but like I said, and also I just thought this is off the top of my head, but so for a future top 5, like I said, please put in comment section of what you want a future top 5 to be. But hey, right now I just thought of next week's top 5. James, would you like to hear it?
No, why not, Caleb?
Top 5 NXT stars who would thrive on the main roster.
That one I could do.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm already thinking of it in my head, man. It's like a week from now we'll be recording, because we're recording this on Tuesday. All you listening to this on Wednesday or days after that. This is Tuesday. And basically, yeah, it's going to be cool. And we're actually a podcast now, so no one can yell at me whenever I call it a podcast.
There you go.
Jamie. And almost it's so. Just, like I said, NXT Arrival was very... And one thing we have yet to talk about is, I think we've discussed, a couple things, but we haven't discussed, like I said, Paige and Emma was a really good Divas match, I thought. It was great. I didn't think Paige would retain, but hey, I thought it was cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I said, there's not much you can really say about it. Then, moving on from that, you had the tag team title match, which was the Ascension against Too Cool. That was so fucking awesome. The match wasn't great, but that was random as fuck that Too Cool came out.
Scotty, for some reason, you know what? Scotty Too Hottie looks weird bald. He looks really, really odd.
Oh, God, yeah, he's in the best shape of his life. Holy fuck, what happened to the fucking French fry hair?
I have no idea, but you know what? It took me a second to recognize who he was, and I'm like, holy shit, that's Scotty Too Hottie with no hair. What happened?
Yeah, it's just... And hey, if Too Cool is going to be appearing every once in a while, then I'm cool with that because they were at Old School Raw and they had a 6-man tag. So hey, if this is going to be a regular thing, that'd be awesome.
Oh yeah.
And then the Ascension. So, Jamie, what is your take on the Ascension?
I'll say this right now: Conor O'Brien looks a lot different than he was when he was a rat face with Del Rio back in late 2010.
I was there when he was eliminated from NXT, and that gimmick was so awful.
I was very, very happy that they didn't do that. I mean, I remember. I went back and I was watching some old rookie challenges last week, and I remember they were doing like this thing where it's like name cities that have hosted WrestleMania, and Conor O'Brien said Pee Wee Herman, and Pee Wee Herman is not a Pee Wee Herman is not a city, and for some reason I just thought, you know what, I'm happy that he's in the Ascension. Because this was never going to go anywhere.
The thing is, the Ascension, it's one of those things where I love any tag team. I love demonic gimmicks. I'm not a demonic person myself, but demonic gimmicks are awesome. You got Undertaker's Ministry, and now, don't get me wrong, the Ascension aren't coming out and sacrificing goats and crucifying people, but they're so, fucking, for Christ's sakes, Conor O'Brien was wearing Triple H's old chainmail shirt that he used to do. I mean, it was so cool, and it's because they're they're more metal. I guess they're more metal than they are satanic, but still, I really am high on this gimmick. I remember mid 2012 thinking, hey, I was thinking of scenarios. I was like, they'll probably be on the main roster by Elimination Chamber at least, and that was a year and a half ago. And like I said, the Ascension has changed. That other guy got released, and now we got Rick Victor. And I think, like I said, I think these two would really do well in the tag team division. So I could see them being brought up after they lose the tag team titles.
Yeah. Yeah. It seems like that's the norm now, because if you noticed, the Wyatt family were tag champions down there before they were up on the main roster. And you know what? It seems like that's the thing now.
Adrian Neville and Corey Graves are the only ones that didn't.
Yeah. But, it just seems like if you're a champion down there, it's a sign that you're going to be brought up at some point. Because look at Big E. He was champion.
Yeah,
and then
he was brought up while he was champion.
Yeah. And, some folks are saying that Bo Dallas, it looks like he might be the next person to be brought up to the main roster. Hopefully he stays here this time. Because, last time he had a win over Barrett.
Yeah, he was brought up last for a week.
Yeah, he got a win over Barrett, and then that was it. And then he
got attacked by Barrett on SmackDown.
Yeah, and then that was the last time that we saw him. So yeah, hopefully
they dipped their toes in the water with Bo Dallas.
Yeah,
and it was cold.
Yep, and you know what? Hopefully this time they actually stay with Dallas this time. So
yeah, like I said, I think that Bo Dallas is probably going to be brought up after WrestleMania.
Yeah, definitely. That's the whole thing with Rusev right now. Definitely have him have his debut match after Mania, because if you have it in between the Chamber and Mania, he's going to get lost. So definitely have it after Mania.
One thing is, I kind of think it could be like Fandango, where he has it at Mania.
You know what? That could be possible. For some reason, I've never been a fan of people who debut at WrestleMania.
I'm not either. I'm just saying it could happen.
Yeah. I wasn't huge on Fandango having his debut match at Mania. I'm
not huge on Fandango in general.
Yeah. Same thing with Big E. I wasn't really all that crazy about him having his first match at Mania. But it was what it was. So. As for Rusev, I hope they don't have him debut at Mania, but you know what? It is possible. If they do, maybe a pre-show battle royal for something. I don't know what they would have.
Yeah, that was always it. Whenever I said that they should do the full everyone who's not on the card in a full WrestleMania battle royal, I think the final four. If you heard my predictions on this, I think that the final four in that battle royal should be Big Show, Alexander Rusev, Titus O'Neil, and Rey Mysterio. Big Show eliminates Rusev, and Rusev gets really pissed off. And he just remembers that and just starts pointing at Big Show. Big Show gets eliminated by O'Neil. Titus O'Neil would have won that, of course.
Yeah.
And stuff. But then that starts a feud. So Alexander Rusev's first big feud is with Big Show. Would they put on 5-star matches? Probably not. But if you're going to get a big monster heel over, have him beat a big monster babyface.
Yep.
So there, I mean, like I said, probably wouldn't be a 5-star match, but hey, getting Rusev over is getting Rusev over. That's all they really need to accomplish.
Well, I mean, like they could have their match at like maybe the next pay-per-view is Extreme Rules. They could have maybe like a match there, or maybe have it. I mean, like
no holds barred.
Yeah. So like that way, they could like go outside the boundaries a little bit.
Yeah.
But yeah, definitely. Definitely, I don't think that those two guys should have a regular singles match.
Oh yeah, because it's just like look at Big Show and Orton. They actually had a really good match at Extreme Rules last year. But all their other matches have been shit because they didn't have no DQs.
Yep.
But like we've been talking about Rusev a lot.
Yeah.
So last thing I want to say at NXT Arrival is Adrian Neville is the new NXT champion.
Which, I think is good because Dallas has been champion was champion for a really, really long time. And, now it's a good time to have it over on Neville because Neville has been proving himself a lot. He has a sick-ass finisher. I love the song that they used for him for his little promo there on the show. Neville, I thought that, that was a good time, have him be champion so that way he can have, he can have his time there. And, once he makes it onto the main roster, that guy's finisher is going to blow everybody away for people who do not see that show on a weekly basis. So, there you go.
Oh, yeah. It's just, Adrian Neville, I don't think he's going to be a future world champion, but I think Adrian Neville has all the potential in the world.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Now NXT Arrival. Those were basically, that was basically NXT Arrival right there. Fantastic, really good show. First 2-hour NXT. Are they doing it live on that network every week now?
I don't believe it's live, but I do know that it's going to be featured on the network every Thursday now.
All right then, I am good with that. I will watch NXT. I'm not honestly. That show made me I've tried this before. I am officially 100%. A complete NXT fan now. I will watch NXT every week from now on.
They have a great. Oh my god! Honestly, they're doing everything right down there. And hey, people, guess what? You know who NXT is run by? Triple H.
Be bears, people. What are you talking about, Jamie?
Triple H is the guy that runs the show down there, people. And everybody praises NXT. Well, he's the guy that runs the show every time. There you go.
Yep. Like the NXT that's just the place where the future is being built down there. And then, ladies and gentlemen, we have Raw. We're finally talking about Monday Night Raw. Not Thursday, Raw, Thursday, Monday Night Raw. Because Raw was on Thursday for a little bit, and it was called Thursday, Raw Thursday. It was fucking stupid back in the mid-'90s. Now it's Monday Night Raw. Monday Night Raw. What a Raw this was. We're going to hijack Raw. No, you fucking didn't, you little dumbasses. You just chanted CM Punk all fucking night, you fucking dumbasses.
Okay, alright. Okay. I have, a little bit of things alright. I have something small to say about that, and if you want to hear my larger opinion on it, then listen to Wrestling with Mac, and then that way, our very first show will be posted either, I believe, tonight, which is kind of stupid because this is being recorded on Tuesday. So Tuesday night, it'll be there. This coming...
a day before this goes up.
March 4th, 2014, the first one will go up, okay? That's all you need to know. Anyways. Okay, so I just want to send a little bit of a message to whoever runs that stupid Chicago Raw crowd account on Twitter. Apparently you have people who are copying you now. Apparently there's a Memphis Raw crowd that's doing it now. There's a Brooklyn Raw crowd that's doing it now. Apparently there's even a Philly one now.
The fuck?
I am just telling you right now. You did not hijack a single thing. WWE made you look like fools. And you were fools. The only time you chanted...
They trolled your asses.
The only time you chanted, this is boring or whatever, or like same old shit, I don't know what exactly it was, but it was a generic chant, and basically you weren't liking what you were seeing. You chanted it during Christian versus Sheamus. You chanted it during a Christian match. And I'm subbed to this one guy on YouTube, and hopefully he doesn't mind me, taking his, words here. But I completely agree with him. Christian is the same guy that you were pissed at the company when he lost the title 2 days after he won it. And you chanted, "This is boring" during his match. Your logic...
Really, that match was not bad. I don't see why everyone shat on it.
Your logic makes no sense. It doesn't. Let's spend all of our hard-earned money and let's hijack the show. Just letting you know.
Which they
now,
did,
people,
chanting for one fucking guy who took his ball and went home is not hijacking shit, you dumb fuckers.
Just letting you know now, people. Just letting you know now. Once you get past the part where they check your tickets and make sure that you paid your money, WWE doesn't give a shit what you chant. Because they have your money, and they don't care. Just saying.
Yeah, you're paying. You're basically You want to really make an impact, don't go. Don't pay tickets to go see it. Don't watch it. If you want to fuck them over, don't do it then. Instead of bitching like you always will every week, paying money to go and start these stupid chants, all that dumb. You're probably wearing CM Punk merchandise that you bought from WWEshop.com. Guess where that goes? WWE.
I'm just saying now, WWE doesn't like empty seats. You notice how, I think it was back in like 2011 or something for SmackDown tapings and such when like half of the arena was tarped off. They don't like that. Now imagine if nobody went to the show, they would have had to do an empty arena show. And they've only done that once, but they did that on purpose. That was halftime heat. Now imagine if that happened completely by accident. Then you would be completely screwing them over, and then that way they would have to think, holy shit, we have to change our mind here. We have to change the direction that we're going in. Because you're paying your money to go, you are approving of the fact of the direction that they're going in. You are approving what they're doing today. So that's all.
Yeah, and I think we can probably end this rant because there was other stuff to talk about on Raw besides these dumb, stupid fuckers.
Yes. All right.
Okay, now first up, we started with the opening segment of Raw. CM Punk's music hit. All the marks cheered. I remember I had this dumb expression on my face, like, "What the fuck? Are you kidding me?" I was like, "Please let this be Bad News Barrett."
I was hoping.
And I still say I would have loved it if they would have played Punk's music. You see a guy wearing the hoodie, wearing the Punk gear. He gets in the ring, takes off the hood. It's Wade Barrett. He's like, "I'm afraid I've got some bad news."
Barrett would have gotten instant heat. People would have wanted to jump that barricade at him.
Yes, and that's the heat that heels should be getting, not faces like Batista. Well, he's a tweener now, but anyway. Then you get Paul Heyman came out to CM Punk's theme, and he said, "Let me tell you a story about CM Punk." And then he was like, normal stuff. Then Brock Lesnar came out, all the early matters. Lesnar, thank God they had one of his hands taped up, the one that he got stabbed in the hand with by Undertaker. That was logical. That made sense.
That was good. I'm really happy that, they did do that.
Yeah, and then Brock Lesnar took the microphone. Everyone was like, "Ugh," because Lesnar can't talk. And now, he's not the worst talker ever, but he just fucks up sometimes. His voice isn't that threatening. And he tried to say his name the way Paul does, and It was okay.
And he sounded like a pterodactyl.
Brock Lesnar. It wasn't Paul Heyman saying his voice. That's all I'm really going to say.
Lesnar sounds like a pterodactyl when he tries to scream. I mean...
Yeah, and then Mark Henry came out, and Lesnar beat the shit out of Henry.
Which was great.
Again. They really need to have a match between those two at some point, because poor Mark Henry just cannot get a break from Brock Lesnar.
Have I ever mentioned that I hate Henry's shirt?
It's okay.
That Hall of Pain, admit one, that's some of the stupidest things I've ever seen.
I'm not a huge fan of it, but I don't have anything against it. I miss his old shirt.
Yeah.
But like I said, and then Lesnar threw a monitor in the crowd, and people were like, it hit a woman and a small child. I'm almost positive that didn't happen, because I have heard nothing else about it besides a couple idiots on Twitter.
Yeah, I think that's maybe a little bit far-fetched, but, it is possible, because, Lesnar doesn't, when Lesnar's ruthless and he's reckless, you best keep it a 300-mile, distance from him. So.
Yeah, exactly. But then some other, like I said, there wasn't a one thing also, I think this is now I'm really going to talk about the important things, we don't have to talk about every single thing on Raw, but heel Christian and Sheamus' rivalry, this is the third or fourth match they've had, and Christian is a full-fledged heel, and he attacked Sheamus backstage. What the fuck I don't know where this feud's going.
I don't either. Christian has yet to win a match, so...
that's been weird.
So, I'm not really sure, if they're going to have a match at Mania. I really hope that's not the case, but, gotta
get Christian on the card somewhere.
Yeah, I guess maybe, as much as I really wouldn't like to see it, maybe you can have, a number one contenders match between these two guys at Mania. I really don't think that's, the best idea, but, that's the best one I can think of, so.
Yeah, it's just, really, all this is doing is making heel Christian look awesome, and he's getting heat, so that's all that really matters. Then we fucking had the Usos versus the New Age Outlaws for the tag titles. Usos, after almost 4 years, 3 months short of 4 years, in fact, finally winning the WWE Tag Team Championships. It's been a long journey for them. All I'm going to say is this. I still think they should have waited for them to win the titles at WrestleMania in a multi-man match, a multi-team match, but still, it was still cool to see them win the titles from the Outlaws. And I don't think this feud is I think this feud is far from over. And I do think that at WrestleMania we're still getting a multi-team match. Fatal 4-way, fucking tag team turmoil. I don't know. Somehow we're getting multiple teams.
I do think that's the best option, especially if you want to get as many people on the card as possible. You should do a multi-team match, maybe a Fatal 4-way tag match or something like that. But yeah, Usos winning, definitely a long time coming, long ass journey. It's great that it finally happened. Like you said, I thought that they were going to save it for Mania, but they just they had it. They won on Raw, which was awesome, and it looks like that they're going to have a huge major defense at Mania.
Yeah, definitely. And also on main event tonight, the live main event, they didn't actually defend the titles against the Outlaws. The Outlaws came out and said, we're not going to compete tonight. And then the Los Matadores came out, and we got the Usos beat them in a non-title match.
Yeah, so it looks like that they're saving the rematch for Mania.
Yeah, I really hope, if they're going to do another 2-on-2, make it give it a stipulation of some sort. If they have to do that, I would rather see it be a Fatal 4-way tag, though.
Yeah.
But, nonetheless, I'm trying to think of other shit that happened on Raw. Oksana made a sex joke that she wants to fuck Aaron Paul. That happened. The Bellas, I think, won a match.
Yep.
I don't remember against who.
Against Foxana.
Ugh, okay, whatever. Oksana's cool, she's hot, but I can't stand Alicia Fox.
We also had a mixed tag match with Santino and Emma versus Summer Rae and Fandango.
That was shit.
Um,
I'm sick of this rivalry.
all right. But definitely okay. I can definitely see. Oh my god, I can't even say her damn name. Emma being, I can definitely see her. I can definitely see her being the next face of the Divas division. I can.
Oh yeah, same here.
Yep.
Yeah, I think that. I mean, if NXT is any sign, I mean, hey, has she been pinned or anything since coming to the main roster?
I don't believe so. No. She beat Summer Rae either. I think it was on Raw last week, and she made her tap out again this week. So she
has a good submission hold.
She does actually, and you know what? That's one thing that you don't really see much is that Divas having submission holds. I mean, like besides AJ's Black Widow,
and Natalia has a sharpshooter.
All right, but yeah, like that wasn't something that you don't see very often. Is Divas having submissions as finishers.
Yeah, you really don't, and you never really have very often.
Yeah.
But like I said, that segment, that match, I don't remember much about it, but hey, Emma looks like she's got a bright future ahead of her. And I'm assuming they'll get her away from Santino at some point.
For some reason, I mean, like, I can see that pairing. Okay, I can see that pairing go on for a little while longer. I'm not sure how much longer, but definitely I can see it going on for a while. And like, who knows? Maybe like she'll turn like heel on him. Maybe she'll like turn around one day and just slap him or knee him in the nuts or something or whatever.
Yeah, you never know.
Yeah.
Okay, then we got the rematch from Elimination Chamber, and that was the Wyatts versus the Shield. And there was some very interesting development. And the biggest story in this match is Seth Rollins said, "Fuck it, I'm going home."
Seth Rollins pulled a Phil Brooks on Monday Night Raw, people.
Yep, he walked. He took his ball. And he walked home.
He took his ball and
walked because of dumbass things.
He took his ball and walked to the middle of the ramp.
Yeah, and that caused, I believe, Ambrose got pinned by Bray Wyatt. Yeah, so then there's that. And like I said, it has never been so obvious. The Shield are having a triple threat at Mania for the title.
Definitely.
I think their breakup is going to be complete next week.
There's like a bunch of rumors going on now about how they're going to have Ambrose versus Big E to unify both mid-card titles. And I'm just saying now, if that happens...
That is not happening.
And, alright, I'm just saying now, if that happens, there will be 0 point for Night of Champions. Not that there is any point for it now. But
not only that, but Big E's got a different program going on with the Real Americans,
exactly,
and then fucking Ambrose already has a program going on within the Shield, so that would make 0 sense.
I don't know exactly how they would sway that, but you know what, they've done weird, but you know what, they've done weirder things before. But yeah. And apparently there was also some talk of having Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins versus Eric Rowan and Luke Harper, which honestly, again, I don't really think would make much sense because the Wyatt's focus now is now on Cena, who cut, like a basic Cena-esque promo.
Yeah, that's true. The Wyatts said did Cena actually get attacked at any point?
No, he didn't.
Oh, okay.
I will say this though.
I was wondering because I couldn't remember if he did or not.
Cena can sell a really good fake injury.
Yeah, that's not a legit injury at all. I think hasn't it been confirmed it's not legit?
Yeah. So people, if you're wondering Cena's knee injury, it's not real.
I've seen people saying it is because Cena can't sell. It's like, are you fucking kidding me? He's sold fake injuries his entire career.
Exactly, and he's doing a damn good job of selling the fact that he has a fake knee, or a fake hurt knee. For...
I was going to say, he's not saying he has a fake knee.
But yeah, But yeah, people, Cena is not hurt. He's just a really, really good actor.
And we're not talking about 12 rounds.
Yeah.
Then, of course, there was another, which was my favorite segment on the show, and that was Daniel Bryan came out, the Authority came out, and they cut this amazing promo. The Triple H had that crowd in the palm of his fucking hand. It was so good.
It was good, and you know what? I mean, yeah, you see, this is the part where I don't get. They're booing the holy hell out of Triple H and Stephanie, which you know is good because they're heels. I mean, you're supposed to boo them. But they were making a lot of noise and booing them for the wrong reasons, though.
Exactly.
People, I just want to tell you now, Triple H does not run Raw. Stephanie does not run Raw. They do not run SmackDown either. You know who runs Raw and SmackDown? Vince McMahon.
Vinnie Mac.
You want to boo somebody badly? You wait till Vince comes out. Then you start booing him. If you boo and make a bunch of noise at Triple H and Stephanie for those reasons, saying we don't like what you're doing right now with the company and we don't like what you're doing with Brian, how you're treating a bunch of the stars, they're not the right people to make noise at. The person that you want to boo the complete crap out of is Vince, not Triple H and Stephanie.
Yeah, and it's almost obvious. I think we'll talk about the Daniel Bryan Triple H or Bryan possibly getting into the main event when we talk about the end of the show.
Yeah.
So because there's one other segment to talk about before that, and the thing is, it's one of those things where Daniel Bryan, they totally made those hijack Raw idiots look like fools because Daniel Bryan said, we're hijacking Raw.
Yep.
It's like, oh my god. And they made it look like it was WWE's idea to do that. It was so great. Like I said, this segment was just fantastic. It was the best segment. I thought it was the best segment of the show.
Oh yeah, definitely. And you know what? I am actually really, really pumped for Bryan versus Hunter because I think that match can be really good.
Yes, I think that match would be fantastic.
Yeah.
And Triple H would put Bryan over, you dumb fucks. I mean, it's not like Triple H hasn't put over multiple guys at WrestleMania. It's not like he hasn't put over guys with the same exact moveset as Bryan at WrestleMania.
Exactly.
Moving on from that, because we'll go more in depth with Bryan and Triple H with the final segment. But the thing is, one of my favorite segments on the show. So Del Rio's out in the middle of the ring, and everyone's like, "Where the fuck is Aaron Paul?" Because if you don't know, Aaron Paul, who plays Jesse Pinkman on Breaking Bad, which me and Jamie fucking love, he was supposed to be on Raw. So where the fuck is he? And then you have this fast car veering out, and I was like, "Oh yeah, Aaron Paul." And out of the corner of my eye, I saw someone in the passenger seat, and I thought it was a diva. And then I saw it was Dolph Ziggler. I was like, holy fuck, and I'm here to show the world. It starts playing, and it was like so good. Jesse Pinkman was I just call him Jesse Pinkman. Aaron Paul was like, if he didn't want to be there, he looked like he did. Because he looked great. He managed Ziggler. Well, he was on commentary during the match, and honestly, I don't remember anything about that match besides Ziggler winning because I was paying attention to commentary the entire time. I wanted to hear what fucking Aaron Paul had to say, and I believe a Jesse Pinkman chant was even started.
Yes, and you know what? Just Aaron Paul being there was great. I never thought I would ever have Breaking Bad. Any part of Breaking Bad ever be on WWE TV. I never thought that would ever happen. And you know what? This might possibly open the doors for someone like Brian.
Please, Bryan Cranston, be on Raw.
For someone like Bryan Cranston to be on Raw, I mean, that would be absolutely sick. Even the guy that played Schrader, Hank, on there. I forget the guy's name, but.
If you put his name in front of me, I'd be able to tell you.
Yeah, but him even, and it would just it would just be great with the fact that Aaron Paul was on there. Of course, he was there promoting Need for Speed, which is out, I believe, on the 14th. That movie.
Do we really care about that movie?
I do. I might see it.
I might see it, but I'm not interested in it.
Yeah, but you know what though? Aaron Paul was there. It was great. He came out there with Ziggler. Helped Ziggler win, which was awesome. So yeah, here's hoping that he's back again at some point.
Oh yeah, definitely. That would be fantastic. And then not only this, but I pointed out on Twitter it makes sense that he would cost Del Rio a match. He is from a show where most of the main antagonists are angry Latino men. Yeah, and it's like, I'm just saying, that was one of the best tweets I've ever come up with.
Yeah, all right.
Anyway, other than that, like I said, that was fantastic. It was awesome seeing fucking Jesse Pinkman, bitch, on Raw. So that was great. And then we got the final segment and the last match of the night, which was Daniel Bryan versus Batista. Batista! Shut the fuck up. Now then, so Daniel Bryan and Batista, which was an okay match. It was Batista's better match since returning. I didn't see anything wrong with the match at all. And so yeah, I actually don't remember if anyone won this match because I know Orton was at ringside, and then the Authority, Trips, Steph, and King all got involved, and they kind of got in the middle of the ring and stuff, and some shit happened. But basically, it all led to the match ending. And then they were all like, "Oh, let's attack Daniel Bryan." And Bryan kicked Triple H in the face, and Triple was like, "No." And then he pedigreed Bryan. And so you've got to wonder. So it got involved. They're getting involved with the WWE title match. And Jamie, this is the thing: is I could see these are the scenarios I see happening. Daniel Bryan versus Batista versus Randy Orton in a triple threat match for the title. No questions asked. That exact match with Triple H as the guest referee. I could also see a fatal four-way, which I don't know if I really want to see, but, possibly.
Yeah.
That would be kind of cool. And then I could also see Daniel Bryan versus Triple H, where Daniel Bryan wins, he gets into the title match, he does double duty. What the fuck? I am sorry about that. Did that sound come on? Did you hear that?
Yes, I did.
Fuck. Shit.
Anyways.
Anyway. What I was saying was, I could, Bryan doing double duty. I could see them just doing, Daniel Bryan versus Triple H and then Batista versus Randy Orton. But those are just the scenarios. I don't know. There's so many scenarios they could go with in this, and I think next week we're finally going to have the answers.
Yeah. I think the most realistic I can see is Bryan pulling double duty.
Yeah, I think that's what's going to happen.
Yeah. I'm thinking that's the best. Or that's the most realistic thing that they could do.
Yeah, I guarantee that's probably what's going to happen because I don't see them just adding Bryan to that match and having him because at this point he has to be involved with Triple H somehow at WrestleMania.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like I said, I think that the ending to Raw was just really good. A lot of people were bitching, like, "Oh my God, Daniel Bryan was buried." Like, no, Daniel Bryan can't come out on top every single week in this feud. You have to fucking. It's so irritating. He can't. Look, the heels have to get the upper hand. Daniel Bryan is going to beat Triple H at WrestleMania, most likely. I don't see why he wouldn't. Because Triple H isn't this monster who just buries everyone. I guarantee you he's going to put over Bryan. It's just one of those dumb things where it's like, if Bryan had kneed every single person in that ring, what would that have accomplished? Bryan gets the upper hand, then he gets the upper hand next week, the week after that. The Authority has to keep him down, so he is the underdog going into WrestleMania. All of you dumbasses who are like, "Oh, he's buried." No, he's not. You're fucking stupid. There's nothing buried about him. He's the most over guy in the company. You're not buried unless you get zero fucking reactions. That is called burial. That is what fucking Zack Ryder is buried, ladies and gentlemen.
Yep.
Ziggler was buried for a month, and the fans are starting to like him again. And it's just one of those stupid things. JTG is buried. It's just one of those dumb things. It's like Bryan, I guarantee he will get the upper hand at some point, and then at WrestleMania he's going to get the ultimate upper hand, and he's going to pin Triple H. And if he does do double duty, he'll pin Triple H and win the WWE title. I guarantee it. Daniel Bryan, and here's the funny thing. Once Daniel Bryan finally gets his break, once Daniel Bryan becomes WWE champion, I guarantee you within a month, all of the marks who wanted him as champion are going to turn on him and say he's stale, I don't like his character, and then they're going to latch on to another guy.
Yep.
They all turned on Ziggler after he won the world title, and then about 2 months later, they suddenly started sucking his dick again.
Well, that's basically the premises of every generic wrestling fan on the internet. They just
yeah, it is every single. It's whenever they finally win the title, they get turned on. It's so fucking ridiculous. They want the guy who they can say, oh, he's buried, so they can bitch about it. But then once he's actually champion and winning matches, they can't bitch about it. So they don't like him anymore, and they want to bitch against him instead of about how he should be champion.
They like to complain. They could get every single thing that they've ever wanted. Cena could be, gone from the business. Batista couldn't have won the Rumble, and Bryan could hold every single damn title in the business, and they would still be upset.
Yeah, it's just like if you notice, fans kind of started turning on Punk like a little bit, like halfway through his title reign.
Yep.
It's so stupid. It's just like any guy who wins the title. Just like everyone who wanted The Rock as champion and was like, oh, The Rock's to be champion. Those same people bitched about it the next night on Raw.
And when Batista came back, the same people that wanted him back are now the same people that are calling him Batista.
It's one of those dumb things. I've been a Batista fan for a long-ass time. Him winning the Royal Rumble, was it a bad decision? Yes. Does that mean I'm going to start calling him Batista, say that I hate him, say that he can't wrestle, say he's a dumbass, say he's selfish? Fuck no. I love Batista. I'm not going to stop liking Batista because of shitty booking he had no control over. It's so stupid. And calling him Batista... Look, I'm sorry, but if the man was a heel, I'd be cool. And now he is. You've given him no choice but to turn heel, which that could be a good thing or a bad thing depending on how you look at it. Because I love heel Batista, but face Batista's cool too. It's just, I don't know. It's just so stupid. How, everyone was so excited, oh, Batista's coming back. Then he comes back, everyone's still excited, he wins the Rumble, everyone turns on him, they suddenly hate him. It's so fucking ridiculous. It's so stupid. Just the IWC is one of the most hypocritical fan bases I've ever seen. It's so fucking ridiculous.
It's stupid. I mean, really.
Yeah, it's so dumb. I don't dislike Batista. Why would I dislike Batista? I dislike that he won the Royal Rumble because it was a smart decision. No, I don't suddenly hate Batista for no reason. I like Batista as much as I did 4 years ago when he left. I like him as much now that he's fucking, I never have disliked Batista. This is not going to make me dislike him. It's so stupid. Because IWC is fucking retarded most of the time.
Yep.
Most of them are. A lot of them are. They're smart fans, but then they're just the dumb ones who just, they can never be happy. They need something to bitch about 24/7 with every company. TNA, Ring of Honor, New Japan, whatever. It's just, they bitch about everything. Ugh, fuck. Anyway, we had a stacked show tonight, didn't we?
Oh, yeah, definitely. And I believe...
Trying to wrap things up.
Yep.
Okay. Now, you can follow me on Twitter at TheAwesomeClark. The show doesn't need a Twitter anymore. There's no point in having a Twitter for the show anymore. That makes no sense. So, don't follow it. Follow Cameron. He's on break still. You can follow him at that LSU fan. And then, you can follow the other hosts at Rated K13. And one of our hosts who does stuff sometimes at Sweet Chin Musics. And then, James, you have any plugs?
Yeah, you can follow me on Twitter at Jamie Lee Mack, and also tune into, you can't really tune in, but I have my wrestling show, Wrestling with Mac, which goes up, I believe, every Tuesday evening, or Tuesday night, or whatever. And I do that show with Kyle, who is also at Rated K13, and yeah, that's it for me.
And And, of course, you can also feel free to subscribe, hit the like button, leave us a comment down below, what do you want some future top 5? Do you think I'm an asshole? Do you think Jamie's an asshole? You want to cuss us out because Daniel Bryan is buried and Triple H is a horrible person? You know what? Feel free to, because you're a dumbass keyboard warrior. Fuck you. If you want to. If you want to say we did a good job, say we did a good job. I don't give a shit, man. Comment, whatever. If you want to comment and say you took a shit while you were watching Raw on your phone or some dumb shit, if you want to say that in the comment section, do whatever you fucking want. I expect a comment section on a show I do to be really weird.
Oh, yeah.
And it's just, like I said, feel free, like I said, if you have any recommendations for future videos, a show you want me to watch that isn't ridiculously long, that's going to take up a lot of my time when I'm trying to do other stuff, like watching every pay-per-view in order and, other shit that I'm, busy watching. Like Haven. I'm trying to watch Haven. I'm like 3 episodes in, some shit like that. Like I said, you got great content. Next week you'll get a True Detective review from me for the first season, which is probably going to be the first solo video I do on here, unless I get inspiration to do a top 10 this week. Sorry, you didn't hear my phone ring, did you?
A little bit. Wasn't much though, but a little bit.
Yeah, it's Vince McMahon's theme. So before the No Chance came on, I was able to stop it. Thank God Vince's theme has that beginning. Anyway, but nonetheless, like I said, feel free to favorite, like, subscribe, comment, and really subscribe. We got so much great content. It's not just wrestling; it's everything. It's a little bit of everything, and that's why you should subscribe to us. Because we are a predominantly wrestling-related thing, but I'm gonna do so much movie and television stuff. It's gonna blow your minds. Not your dicks, because that'd be weird. That'd be weird if we somehow... No, never mind. I'm not even going to go into that. I almost said something really weird. Like I said, you can follow us all on Twitter, all of that shit. I'm not going to be Zack Ryder and say, follow me on Twitter. No. But you should follow me on Twitter. I got some good tweets. Fuck you. Like I said, great content. Raw was really good this week. I enjoyed it, besides the dumbass fan that can only chant one thing for the most part. They chant some other stuff, for the most part, one thing. NXT Arrival, great. Like I said, it feels like a long-ass time ago that we were talking about the Avengers and GhostBusters, so this is the longest episode of C&C Reviews ever. It was great. We finally broke 90 minutes, because we had, on shitty-ass Blog Talk Radio, you have to stay at 90 minutes no matter what. You have a lot of time, but no, we got to go over. So, much like Daniel Bryan will at WrestleMania. Oh, see that? See what I said that?
See what you fucking did there. Look at that.
I see. Yeah.
All right.
Anyway, guys, I really hope you enjoyed. This is the debut of C&C Reviews on YouTube. This is like our 22nd or 3rd. How many episodes have we had? This is our 21st episode. We should be on our 23rd, but we're on our 21st. Due to that dumb Blog Talk issue. And yeah, basically, like I said, Blog Talk Radio is a fucking piece of shit. There's some cool content on there. There are some great shows on there that you should watch. But for the most part, if you think, I should make a podcast, don't go to Blog Talk. Blog Talk is pretty shitty. Like I said, man, we have the freedom to do this long of a show and break 90 minutes without Blog Talk. So yeah, like I said, subscribe, favorite, do whatever you must. Comment, let us know a future video you want me to make. All I care about is just go into the comment section and say, hey, I want you to do this. Talk about this. Don't tell me to watch a 10-season show. I will put it down on my soon-to-watch list, but if you're expecting to say, hey, watch this 10-season show and review it, and you think I'm going to be reviewing it in 2 weeks, fuck no. If you say you want me to watch Supernatural, that's going to take me a hell of a long time to get through. They've got like 9 or 10 seasons. But like I said, guys, I really, really hope you enjoyed this. Next week, same time, same place. Wednesday, being recorded on Tuesday. It's going to be up, and we've got some great content. I'm going to figure out what we're going to review next week. But like I said, the top 5 I came up with while doing the show, and I announced it. So that'll be great. Like I said, lots of great content, guys, and I don't know, I could plagiarize Philip DeFranco like I used to at the end of shows, but hey, this is YouTube, and I could get copywritten. I doubt Philip DeFranco would sue me because he's not an asshole. But I'm not going to say I love your faces, but I do love your faces. I do. This is very true. You are not the nation. Domination. You could be the nation of domination. Our fans can be the nation of domination. That'd be weird, though. All right. It sounds oddly sexual. But nonetheless, ladies and gentlemen, guys, I keep saying this. Okay, fuck. I need to sign off already. Okay. I'm Caleb.
Right.
James.
All right. Good. All right. Good night.
Goodbye, everyone.
Goodbye. Good evening. Good morning. Good afternoon.
Good week. And tune in next week. We'll be doing the same shit. And if you're watching this a month from now, which I don't know why you would be. Well, actually, yeah, watch this a month from now. Keep watching all of our old shit.
Hey, if you're
All right,
watching this a
people,
month from now, then
just come
whatever.
back at the same place, all right? Next week, all right? See you then.
All right, bye-bye.